In the heart of Mesoamerica, amidst the verdant jungles and towering mountains, lies a tale that echoes through time, a tale of giants. These giants, however, are not the mythical creatures of folklore, but rather colossal stone heads, the remnants of an ancient civilization known as the Olmecs. The story of the discovery of these monumental sculptures unfolds like a mystery, revealing the ingenuity and artistry of a culture that flourished over 3,000 years ago. Picture yourself in the late 19th century, a period teeming with exploration and discovery. The world was awakening to the mysteries of the past, and adventurers were drawn to the lush landscapes of Mexico. It was in this era, in the year 1862, that a remarkable encounter would change the course of archaeology forever. A young engineer named José Melgar, while surveying a remote area near the town of San Lorenzo, stumbled upon something extraordinary, a massive stone head partially buried in the earth. As Melgar brushed away the dirt, he uncovered an awe-inspiring visage, with features so distinct that they seemed to breathe life into the ancient stone. This was no ordinary find. It was one of the first of the Olmec heads, a creation that would both baffle and inspire generations to come. Melgar's discovery sparked a wave of interest that would lead to further excavations, revealing a hidden world beneath the jungle canopy. The Olmec civilization, which thrived between 1200 and 400 BCE, is often regarded as the mother culture of Mesoamerica. They were pioneers, laying the groundwork for future civilizations like the Maya and the Aztecs. But who were they, and what secrets did these colossal heads hold? Each head, carved from basalt and weighing up to 40 tons, is believed to represent a ruler or an important figure, adorned with intricate headdresses and distinctive facial features. Yet, despite their grandeur, the origins and purpose of these sculptures remained shrouded in mystery. As more heads emerged from the earth, the story deepened. In the early 20th century, a dedicated archaeologist named Matthew Stirling would take up the mantle of discovery. Stirling, captivated by the Olmec culture, embarked on a series of excavations that would unveil not just the heads, but also the rich tapestry of life that surrounded them. He meticulously documented each find, piecing together clues that hinted at the Olmec's complex society, its art, trade, and religious practices. The heads themselves became a focal point of intrigue. Crafted with remarkable skill, they display a range of expressions, from stern and serious to contemplative and wise. What were the artists thinking as they chiseled away at the stone? Perhaps they were capturing the essence of their leaders, immortalizing them for future generations. Or perhaps these heads were part of a larger ritual, symbols of power that connected the earthly realm to the divine. As Stirling continued his work, he unearthed not only the heads but also other artifacts, jewelry, pottery and tools that painted a vivid picture of Olmec life. The presence of jade, a precious stone in Mesoamerican cultures, hinted at the Olmec's extensive trade networks. They were not isolated. They were connected to a world that spanned vast distances. This revelation forced scholars to reconsider the narrative of early Mesoamerican civilizations, recognizing that the Olmecs were not merely predecessors, but active participants in a rich cultural exchange. But the journey of discovery was not without its challenges. The dense jungles of Mexico often concealed more than they revealed. Heavy rains would wash away the earth, only to bury the finds once more. The sheer scale of the Olmec heads posed logistical nightmares as archaeologists struggled to transport and preserve the fragile artifacts. Yet, with each obstacle, the allure of the giants only grew stronger, drawing more attention from scholars, historians, and curious adventurers alike. As the 20th century progressed, the Olmec heads began to capture the imagination of the public. They became symbols of ancient wisdom and mystery, inspiring artists, writers, and filmmakers. Their imposing presence in museums, standing sentinel over the stories of their creators, sparked a fascination that transcended borders. Yet, questions about their meaning and significance lingered. Were they mere depictions of rulers? Or did they hold a deeper, more spiritual connection to the Olmec cosmology? In the late 20th and early 21st centuries, advances in archaeology and technology allowed for new interpretations and discoveries. Scholars began to employ methods such as 3D imaging and digital reconstruction, unlocking secrets that had remained hidden for centuries. The heads, once thought to be solitary figures, were now understood to be part of a larger ceremonial landscape, possibly linked to ancient ball games and rituals that celebrated the cycle of life and death. As we delve deeper into the story of the Olmec heads, we must also confront the challenges of cultural heritage. The very land that cradles these giants faces threats from development, deforestation, and the ravages of time. The call to preserve this legacy has never been more urgent. The Olmec heads are not just relics of a bygone era, they are reminders of the resilience of human creativity and the stories of those who came before us. Today, the Olmec heads stand as silent witnesses to a civilization that shaped the course of history. They invite us to ponder our own place in the tapestry of time, to reflect on the legacy we leave behind. As we gaze into their stone eyes, we are reminded of the artistry and ingenuity that define humanity, a testament to our enduring quest for meaning, connection, and understanding. So the next time you find yourself wandering through the lush jungles of Mexico, take a moment to pause and listen. The whispers of the past echo through the trees, calling us to remember the giants of the Olmec, a civilization that dared to dream and create, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and captivate. In the shadows of their monumental heads, we find a story that transcends time, a story that invites us to explore the depths of our own humanity. In the heart of Mexico, where the sun-kissed shores of the Gulf Coast meet the lush, verdant jungles, lies an ancient world shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Here, the land whispers stories of a powerful civilization that flourished long before the rise of the great empires we know today. This is the land of the Olmec, often hailed as the mother culture of Mesoamerica. Their enigmatic presence beckons us to journey back in time, to unravel the secrets of a civilization that laid the groundwork for future societies and to explore the rich tapestry of their existence. As we step onto this sacred ground, we can almost feel the pulse of history beneath our feet. The Olmec civilization began to emerge around 1200 BCE, nestled between the lush hills of Veracruz and the fertile plains of Tabasco. It was a time when the rainforest was alive with the sounds of exotic wildlife, and the air was thick with the scent of damp earth and blooming orchids. This was a land of abundance where rivers flowed like veins, nourishing the people who would become the architects of a culture that would resonate through time. The Olmecs were remarkable artisans, and their legacy is most vividly expressed through their colossal stone heads, massive sculptures that tower over us even today. Carved from basalt, these monumental figures stand as silent sentinels, their expressions capturing the essence of a people who revered strength and authority. Each head, weighing several tons, is a testament to the Olmecs' advanced skills in engineering and artistry. It's believed they represent powerful rulers, embodying the very spirit of leadership and divine connection that was central to their society. But what lies behind these monumental works? What drove the Olmec to create such grand expressions of their identity? To answer these questions, we must delve deeper into their world, exploring not only their art, but their beliefs and way of life. The Olmecs were not just skilled artisans, they were also profound thinkers, forging a unique cosmology that intertwined the natural world with the divine. They revered the jaguar, a powerful symbol of strength and ferocity, which they believed connected them to the spirit realm. The jaguar appeared frequently in their art, often depicted in intricate carvings and ceremonial objects, serving as a reminder of the power that lay within the wilderness. The Olmec spirituality was woven into the very fabric of their daily lives. They practiced a form of shamanism where priests and shamans acted as intermediaries between the physical and spiritual worlds. Rituals were performed to honor the gods, ensure bountiful harvests, and seek protection from the forces of nature. It is said that these ceremonies often took place atop massive earthen mounds, structures that served not only as platforms for worship, but also as a connection to the earth itself. These mounds dotted the landscape, their presence a constant reminder of the Olmecs' enduring relationship with the land. As we continue our journey through the remnants of Olmec civilization, we arrive at San Lorenzo, one of the earliest and most significant Olmec sites. Here, the landscape is punctuated by the grand sculptures and ceremonial centers that once thrived with life. Imagine a bustling community where traders and farmers mingled, where the sounds of laughter and celebration echoed through the air. The Olmecs were known for their trade networks, exchanging goods such as jade, obsidian, and textiles with neighboring cultures. They were not isolated. They were explorers and connectors, weaving a rich tapestry of relationships that extended far beyond their own borders. San Lorenzo was not just a center of trade, it was a spiritual hub. The grand plazas and intricate altars reveal a society that placed great importance on communal gatherings and rituals. It is here that we can begin to understand the complexities of Olmec society, their hierarchies, their governance, and their deep-rooted beliefs. The remnants of their civilization tell a story of innovation, collaboration, and creativity, echoing through the ages as a precursor to the great Maya and Aztec cultures that would follow. Yet, as we look closer at the Olmec legacy, we must confront the enigma of their decline. Around 900 BCE, the once vibrant centers like San Lorenzo began to fade. The reasons for this decline remain a topic of debate among historians and archaeologists. Some suggest that environmental changes, such as shifting river courses or volcanic activity, could have played a role in the eventual abandonment of these sites. Others believe that internal strife or warfare may have contributed to the fragmentation of their society. Whatever the cause, the echoes of the Olmec civilization would linger, influencing generations to come. As we wander through the remnants of this ancient world, we cannot help but feel a sense of connection to those who walked these lands centuries ago. There is something profoundly humbling about standing in the shadow of their creations, recognizing the shared human experience that transcends time. The Olmec were pioneers, innovators who shaped the cultural landscape of Mesoamerica in ways that continue to resonate today. Their art, their beliefs, and their way of life planted seeds that would blossom into the great civilizations that followed. In the dense jungles of the Gulf Coast, a new understanding emerges. The Olmec were not merely a footnote in history. They were the architects of a cultural legacy that would ripple through time. Their influence can be traced in the art and architecture of later civilizations, their spiritual practices echoing in the rituals of the Maya and the Aztecs. The legacy of the Olmec is a testament to the resilience of human creativity, a reminder that even in the face of uncertainty, innovation and connection can thrive. As we conclude our journey through the land of the Olmec, we are left with more questions than answers. What truly drove this civilization? What secrets lie buried beneath the earth, waiting to be uncovered? The Olmec may have vanished from the pages of history, but their spirit endures, inviting us to explore, to wonder, and to reconnect with the ancient rhythms of this remarkable land. The Gulf Coast of Mexico is not just a geographical location. It is a living museum, a sanctuary of stories that long to be told, a reminder of the intricate tapestry of human civilization that stretches back through the ages. In the silence of the jungle, amid the vines and the stone, the Olmecs still breathe, their legacy echoing in the whispers of the wind. And as we walk away, we carry with us a piece of their story, a thread woven into the vast narrative of humanity, a reminder that we are all connected, bound by the threads of history that unite us across time and space. In the heart of an ancient land, where the whispers of time intertwine with the rustling leaves and the gentle caress of the wind, there lies a mystery unlike any other. A reminder of a bygone era, the stone colossi stand guard over the remnants of a civilization long lost to the ravages of time. These monumental figures, carved from the very earth itself, rise majestically against the horizon, their silent presence echoing stories of grandeur and despair. Today, we embark on a journey to uncover the first impressions of these awe-inspiring monuments, to delve into the emotions they evoke and to explore the legacy they represent. Imagine yourself standing before one of these colossal giants. Towering over you, their stone features are etched with the wisdom of ages. The sunlight dances upon their weathered surfaces, illuminating the intricate details that tell tales of gods and heroes, of triumphs and tragedies. As you gaze upward, your heart races with a sense of wonder. How did these colossal figures come to be? What secrets do they hold within their stony embrace? Each colossus seems to breathe life into the very stones from which they were hewn, inviting you to listen closely to their silent stories. As we step closer, the first impression is overwhelming. The sheer scale of these monuments is nothing short of breathtaking. Standing at heights that rival the tallest trees, they evoke a sense of humility in the hearts of those who dare to approach. The craftsmanship is astounding. Each figure is a testament to the artistry and dedication of the ancient sculptors who poured their souls into these creations. Their eyes, though devoid of life, seem to gaze into the distance, watching over the land as guardians of history. The atmosphere surrounding the colossi is thick with reverence. There's a palpable energy in the air, a vibration that resonates with the stories of those who once thrived in their shadows. It's as if the very ground beneath your feet is imbued with the echoes of laughter, sorrow, and the relentless march of time. Imagine the villagers of old gathering at the feet of these giants, seeking solace in their presence, or perhaps offering tributes to the deities they believed resided within the stone. As we delve deeper into the history of the stone colossi, we discover that they are not mere monuments. They are embodiments of a culture, a reflection of the values and beliefs of those who created them. Each colossus serves as a narrative, a visual representation of myths and legends that have shaped the identity of a people. They stand not just as physical structures, but as the very essence of a civilization's spirit. Consider the symbolism etched into the faces of these giants. The expressions carved upon their stony visages tell stories of strength, wisdom, and protection. Some gaze forward with a fierce determination, while others wear expressions of calm serenity, embodying the duality of human experience. They remind us that life is a tapestry woven with moments of joy and sorrow, victories and defeats, and in their silence they speak volumes, urging us to reflect on our own journeys and the legacies we leave behind. As we wander through the site, the shadows of the colossi stretch long across the land, casting a serene yet eerie atmosphere. The play of light and shadow creates a dance of contrasts, mirroring the complexities of existence itself. You can almost hear the sound of footsteps echoing through time, the laughter of children playing in the fields, the solemn prayers of the elders, all intermingling in a symphony of life that once flourished here. But as the sun dips below the horizon, a transformation occurs. The colossi, once vibrant with the energy of the day, now take on a more solemn hue. The twilight casts an ethereal glow, and the air fills with an otherworldly stillness. In this moment, you are reminded of the impermanence of life. The colossi, though steadfast, are not immune to the passage of time. They have weathered storms, endured the weight of countless seasons, and yet they stand, resilient in their silence. In the quiet of dusk, one can't help but feel a sense of connection to those who walked this land centuries ago. What were their hopes and dreams? What fears haunted them in the night? As you stand in the presence of these ancient sentinels, you become a thread woven into the fabric of history, a participant in the ongoing story of humanity. As night falls and the stars emerge, the colossi take on a new life. Under the vast expanse of the cosmos, they become beacons of light, connecting the earthly realm to the heavens above. The constellations twinkle in the sky, whispering secrets of the universe, while the colossi stand as timeless witnesses to the celestial dance. It's a reminder that we are all part of something greater, that our stories are but a flicker in the grand tapestry of existence. In the stillness of the night, as you reflect on your journey, the significance of the stone colossi deepens. They are not merely relics of the past, they are symbols of endurance, of the human spirit's capacity to create and to connect. They invite us to ponder our own legacy, to consider what we will leave behind for future generations. Will they look upon our creations with the same sense of wonder? Will they feel the same awe that we experience today? As dawn breaks and the first rays of sunlight kiss the stone, the colossi awaken once more, their presence invigorated by the promise of a new day. In this moment, you realize that the journey has only just begun. The first impressions of the stone colossi are not merely about their physical form or historical significance. They are about the emotions they evoke, the reflections they inspire, and the connections they forge across time. With every visit to these monumental figures, we are reminded of our shared humanity, our collective dreams, and our inevitable mortality. The stone colossi stand as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that while civilizations may rise and fall, the stories they leave behind continue to resonate through the ages. As we conclude our exploration, we carry with us the lessons learned from these ancient giants. We are reminded to honor our roots, to cherish our stories, and to forge connections that transcend time. The stone colossi, in their silent majesty, beckon us to become stewards of our own legacies, to create monuments of love, compassion, and understanding that will stand the test of time. As we step away from their towering presence, we leave with full hearts, knowing that in the end, we are all part of the same story, an eternal narrative woven into the tapestry of existence, forever linked to the colossi of stone. In the heart of Mesoamerica, where the dense jungles give way to rolling hills and ancient rivers, a remarkable civilization emerged long before the world knew of the great empires of the Aztecs or the Maya. This is the story of the Olmec people, often hailed as the mother culture of Mesoamerica. Their legacy, shrouded in mystery and intrigue, offers us a glimpse into the origins of complex societies, art and culture in this vibrant region. As we journey back in time to around 1200 BCE, we find ourselves in a lush landscape, alive with the sounds of wildlife. Towering palms sway gently in the breeze, while the calls of exotic birds echo through the treetops. Here, in what is now southern Mexico, the first seeds of civilization are being sown. The Olmec people, whose name means the rubber people, are beginning to flourish, drawing their identity from the rich natural resources surrounding them. The Olmec were not just farmers, they were visionaries. with an understanding of agriculture that was nothing short of revolutionary. They cultivated crops like maize, beans, and squash, creating a stable food supply that allowed their society to thrive. They built intricate irrigation systems and developed techniques for planting and harvesting that would be emulated by cultures for centuries to come. But their ingenuity didn't stop at agriculture. The Olmec were skilled artisans, crafting beautiful jade sculptures and intricate pottery that showcased their artistry and religious beliefs. As we delve deeper into their world, we come across the colossal stone heads that have become synonymous with the Olmec civilization. Carved from basalt, these monumental sculptures stand as silent sentinels, each one weighing several tons. They are believed to represent rulers or important figures, their expressions etched with a sense of authority and power. How did these ancient artisans manage to transport such massive stones from the mountains to their ceremonial centers? It is a question that continues to baffle archaeologists and historians alike, drawing us into the enigma of the Olmec. The Olmec civilization thrived in city-states, with San Lorenzo and La Venta emerging as significant centers of power. In these urban hubs, we can imagine bustling marketplaces where traders exchanged goods, ideas, and culture. Life in the Olmec cities was vibrant and dynamic, a tapestry woven from the threads of social, political, and religious life. Temples rose high above the landscape, their stone facades decorated with intricate carvings, depicting the gods and mythologies that were central to Olmec belief systems. Religion played a pivotal role in Olmec society, as it does in many civilizations. They worshipped a pantheon of deities, some of which seem to have connections to later Mesoamerican cultures. The jaguar, a powerful symbol of strength and ferocity, was revered, and its imagery can be found in the art and artifacts of the time. Rituals, possibly involving bloodletting and offerings, were likely performed to appease these gods, demonstrating the Olmec's deep connection to the spiritual world. But what truly sets the Olmec apart is their profound influence on the cultures that followed. Their artistic styles, religious practices, and social structures laid the groundwork for the civilizations that would rise in their wake. The Maya and the Aztecs drew from the Olmec's rich legacy, incorporating elements of their art, architecture, and mythology into their own societies. It is as if the Olmec lit a flame of civilization that would continue to burn brightly for centuries. As we explore the Olmec's artistic endeavors, we find ourselves captivated by their intricate carvings and sculptures. The Olmec were not just creators, they were storytellers, using their art to convey messages about their world, their beliefs, and their place within it. The famous Olmec baby-faced figures, with their oversized heads and enigmatic expressions, invite us to ponder their meanings. Were they representations of deities, ancestors, or perhaps a reflection of the Olmec's own identity? The mystery endures, drawing us closer to the heart of this ancient culture. Yet the story of the Olmec is not one of perpetual triumph. Like all civilizations, they faced challenges and changes that would ultimately lead to their decline. Around 400 BCE, the great cities of the Olmec began to fall into disrepair. The reasons for this decline are complex and multifaceted. Climate change, shifts in trade routes, and perhaps even internal strife may have contributed to the dissolution of their society. However, the Olmec left an indelible mark on the course of history, their influence lingering long after their cities crumbled. As we reflect on the legacy of the Olmec people, we find ourselves contemplating the nature of civilization itself. The Olmec were pioneers, forging a path that would shape the future of Mesoamerica. Their innovations in agriculture, urban planning, and artistry laid a foundation that would support the rise of great empires. They remind us that civilization is not born in isolation, but is a tapestry woven from the threads of countless cultures, ideas, and interactions. Today, the Olmec civilization may seem distant, their achievements obscured by the passage of time. Yet, their story continues to resonate, a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. As we unearth their artifacts and study their remains, we are reminded of the incredible diversity of human experience and the common threads that connect us all. In exploring the Olmec people, we are not merely looking back at an ancient civilization, we are engaging with the very roots of human culture. We are reminded that the quest for understanding, for connection, and for meaning is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. The Olmec may have vanished from the pages of history, but their spirit endures, inspiring us to seek wisdom in the echoes of the past and to honor the rich tapestry of human civilization that continues to unfold around us. So, as we close this chapter of exploration, let us carry the legacy of the Olmec within us. Let us remember the farmers, the artisans, the rulers, and the dreamers who shaped a world long ago. Their story is not just a tale of the past, it is a reminder of the enduring power of culture, creativity, and community. And in that, we find a reflection of ourselves, a link to the age-old journey of humanity, forever intertwined with the stories of those who came before us. In the heart of the earth, beneath layers of soil and stone, lies a treasure as old as time itself. The quarry. This is where nature's artistry is revealed, where the raw materials that shape our world are unearthed, and where the journey of stone begins, a journey that will take it across vast landscapes, through bustling cities, and into the very fabric of our lives. Imagine, if you will, the early morning sun breaking over a rugged landscape, casting golden rays upon steep cliffs and jagged outcrops. The air is still crisp, filled with the earthy scent of damp stone and the promise of a new day. Workers gather at the entrance of a quarry, their silhouettes framed against the rising sun, their voices a low hum of anticipation. They know that today, like every day, they will embark on a labor of love, carving out blocks of stone that have been waiting silently for eons. As the sun ascends higher, the sounds of the quarry come alive. Chisels strike against rock, echoing like a heartbeat through the valley. The workers, skilled artisans in their own right, move with rhythm and precision. They are not merely extracting stone, they are engaging in a dialogue with the earth, listening to its whispers, understanding its strengths and weaknesses. The quarry is a living entity, a sacred space where ancient secrets are revealed in every fracture and vein of color. In this symphony of labor, each block of stone tells a story, a narrative of geological time, of the forces that shaped it, of the water that once flowed over it, and the pressures that forged it deep within the earth. Here, marble is coaxed from its rocky cradle, its smooth surface reflecting the light like a polished jewel. Granite, with its speckled beauty, is hewn from the cliffs, destined to become the very foundations of buildings that will stand for centuries. And limestone, soft yet resilient, is extracted for everything from roads to monuments, each piece a testament to the journey it has undertaken. But the journey is just beginning. Once extracted, these massive blocks of stone must be moved, transported across land and water to reach their final destinations. As the sun climbs higher, casting shadows that dance upon the ground, the workers load the stone onto trucks, their engines rumbling to life like the growl of a great beast. These vehicles, modern marvels of engineering, are the lifeblood of the quarrying industry, bridging the gap between the earth and the structures that will arise from it. The road ahead is long and winding, a path that meanders through valleys and hills, past farms and forests, across rivers and bridges. Each mile traveled is a testament to human ingenuity, a reminder of our relentless pursuit to transform nature's bounty into something beautiful and functional. The trucks rumble down highways, their cargo swaying gently, cradled in the embrace of steel and rubber. Each journey is a race against time, a delicate balance of logistics and planning, ensuring that the stone arrives at its destination in perfect condition, ready to be shaped and molded by skilled hands. As the trucks roll into the heart of a city, the landscape shifts dramatically. The quiet serenity of the quarry gives way to the bustling energy of urban life. Here, the stone will find its new purpose, becoming part of a grand design, a building that reaches for the sky, or a monument that tells the stories of those who came before. The transformation is profound, a reminder that each block of stone carries with it the essence of the earth, the history of its creation, and the dreams of those who will work with it. In the shadow of towering cranes and scaffolding, the stone is unloaded, its weight a reminder of the journey it has taken. Workers in hard hats and safety vests move with purpose, directing the flow of this precious cargo. Each piece is carefully inspected, each crack and flaw scrutinized, as artisans prepare to breathe life into the cold, unyielding stone. The alchemy of transformation begins here, where raw materials become works of art, where stone is not just stone, but a canvas for creativity. The rhythm of chisels returns, a melodic dance that resonates through the air. Sculptors and masons work side by side, their hands skilled and steady, breathing life into the stone. The dust rises around them like a mist, enveloping the space in a shroud of inspiration. Here, in this creative crucible, the stone is carved into intricate designs, its surface polished to a luster that catches the light. It is a metamorphosis, a journey from the depths of the earth to the heights of human expression. As the sun begins to set, casting a warm glow over the city, the finished pieces stand proudly against the backdrop of the skyline. The monuments, buildings and sculptures that emerge from this process are not just structures. They are symbols of human achievement, a fusion of nature and creativity. They tell stories of resilience, of dreams realized, of communities built upon the foundation of stone. But the journey of stone does not end here. As buildings rise and monuments are unveiled, the cycle continues. The remnants of the quarry, cuttings, scraps and dust, are gathered and repurposed, a testament to sustainability and respect for the earth. The stone that once lay hidden in the depths of the quarry now serves a myriad of functions, from landscaping to decorative features, ensuring that nothing goes to waste. In the quiet moments, as night falls and the city lights twinkle like stars, the legacy of the quarry lives on. The stones that have traveled so far now stand as silent witnesses to the passage of time, a reminder of the hands that shaped them, the journeys they undertook, and the stories they will continue to tell for generations to come. And so the tale of quarries and transport unfolds, a narrative woven into the very fabric of our existence. From the depths of the earth to the heights of human aspiration, the journey of stone is not merely a tale of extraction and transport. It is a celebration of creativity, craftsmanship, and the enduring connection between nature and humanity. In every block of stone there lies a piece of history, an echo of the past and a promise for the future, an eternal reminder that great things often come from the most humble beginnings. In the heart of a remote island, where the crashing waves of the Pacific Ocean meet the rugged coastline, lies a mystery that has captivated the minds of historians, archaeologists, and curious travelers for centuries. Welcome to Easter Island, a place where the echoes of ancient voices linger in the salty breeze, and towering stone statues, known as moai, stand sentinel over the land. These monumental figures, with their stoic faces and enigmatic expressions, tell a story of creation, reverence, and the unyielding spirit of a civilization that once thrived in isolation. As we delve into the 6th chapter of our journey, we uncover the tools that chiseled these remarkable heads from the volcanic rock, revealing not just the craftsmanship, but the profound connection between the creators and their creations. Imagine a time when the island was alive with the sounds of chiseling, the rhythmic thuds of stone against stone, and the whispers of ancestors guiding the artisans in their sacred task. The story begins with the raw material itself, the volcanic tuff found in the Rano Raraku quarry. This soft, porous rock was the canvas upon which the artisans would express their devotion and creativity. Picture the artisans, with calloused hands and focused minds, selecting the finest blocks of stone. They would climb the steep slopes of the quarry, feeling the earth beneath their feet, the warmth of the sun on their backs, and the weight of their ancestors' expectations in their hearts. With crude tools made from harder stones, they began the painstaking process of carving. Each strike of the wooden mallet against the stone chisel resonated like a heartbeat, echoing the pulse of the island itself. The artisans would start by roughing out the basic shape of the moai, their eyes glinting with determination as they envisioned the final product. Each statue was not just a representation of a person, but a vessel of mana, the spiritual energy believed to inhabit the figures. As the artisans worked, they were guided by traditions passed down through generations. The intricate designs etched into the stone were not random. They told stories of lineage, power, and connection to the divine. Each moai bore the likeness of ancestors, revered leaders, and important figures within the community. The artisans, steeped in the lore of their people, poured their knowledge into each stroke of the chisel, infusing the stone with life and purpose. But the process was not without its challenges. The island's climate, with its harsh sun and sudden rains, often tested the resolve of the artisans. They would retreat into the shade of the quarries, sharing stories and songs that echoed through the ages, their voices rising like the mist above the hills. These moments of camaraderie were essential, for the task was not merely a physical endeavor, it was a communal act of creation, one that bound the community together in a shared vision. The tools of creation were simple, yet effective. The artisans wielded wooden mallets and chisels made from harder stones like basalt, meticulously shaping their creations with precision. Each tool was an extension of their hands, their minds, and their spirits. As they carved deeper into the stone, the figures began to emerge, each one a testament to the skill and dedication of its maker. The artistry of the moai was not just in their size, but in the details that adorned them. Wide brows, elongated noses, and full lips, all features that reflected the idealized beauty of the ancestors. The artisans took great care to ensure that each statue captured the essence of the person it represented. With every detail, they honored the past and celebrated the legacy of their people. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the island, the artisans would take a moment to step back and admire their work. The silhouettes of the moai stood tall against the backdrop of the setting sun, their stone faces reflecting the colors of the sky. In those quiet moments, the artisans would feel a profound connection to their ancestors, as if the spirits of the past were watching over them, guiding their hands and inspiring their hearts. But the creation of the moai was not just an act of reverence, it was also deeply intertwined with the island's social and political structure. The size and number of statues erected by a clan were a direct reflection of their power and influence. The more moai a clan could create, the greater their standing in the eyes of the community. This competition spurred innovation and creativity, pushing the artisans to hone their skills and push the limits of their craft. As the years passed, the quarries echoed with the sounds of creation, and the island became a canvas of stone giants. Each moai, a silent guardian, stood watch over the people, their expressions frozen in time. The artisans, now masters of their craft, would gather in the evenings to share tales of their triumphs and struggles, celebrating not just the completion of a statue, but the journey that brought them there. Yet, as we know, the story of Easter Island would take a tragic turn. The very tools that crafted these magnificent figures would become symbols of a society in decline. As the demand for more moai grew, the island's resources dwindled. The trees that once provided wood for tools and transportation were cut down, and the delicate balance of the ecosystem was disturbed. The artisans, who had once poured their hearts into their creations, found themselves in a world where the very essence of creation was threatened. The moai, once symbols of power and spirituality, became silent witnesses to the collapse of a civilization. The tools of creation, once revered, lay abandoned in the quarries, reminders of a time when the spirit of the island was alive with creativity and hope. The artisans, faced with the consequences of their actions, had to come to terms with the legacy they would leave behind. Today, as we stand before these towering figures, we are reminded of the resilience of the human spirit. The moai are not merely stones, they are a testament to the creativity, dedication, and passion of a people who sought to honor their ancestors. The tools they used, simple yet profound, represent the connection between past and present, a bridge that allows us to glimpse into a world long gone. In this chapter of our journey, we celebrate the artisans of Easter Island, their tools of creation, and the legacy they left behind. The moai may stand silent, but their stories resonate in every corner of the island, whispering tales of triumph and tragedy, reminding us that creation is a powerful force, a force that shapes not only the world around us, but also the very essence of who we are. As we continue our exploration, let us carry with us the spirit of those artisans, the lessons they learned, and the stories they told through their work. For in every creation there lies a heartbeat, a connection to the past, and a hope for the future. In the heart of the ancient world, where the dust of time swirls around forgotten ruins and whispers of the past linger in the air, there lies a profound enigma that has puzzled historians, archaeologists, and curious minds alike. This enigma is not just about stone, it is about identity. The faces carved into the rocks, the stories etched in time, and the lives they represent. Welcome to Faces in Stone, the enigma of identity. Imagine standing before a grand cliffside where the wind dances through the valleys, carrying with it the secrets of an era long gone. The sun casts shadows over the rugged terrain, illuminating the intricate carvings that adorn the stone. Each face, each figure, tells a story, beckoning us closer, inviting us to uncover their mysteries. Who were these people? What did they believe? What dreams and fears were etched into their very existence? Our journey begins in the ancient city of Petra, a marvel of human ingenuity carved into the rose-red cliffs of southern Jordan. As we traverse the narrow passageways known as the Sikh, sunlight filters through the towering walls, and anticipation builds in our hearts. Suddenly, we emerge into the open, and there it stands, the treasury, with its majestic facade adorned with exquisite sculptures. But look closer. The figures that adorn this monumental structure are not mere decorations. They are representations of a culture, a civilization that flourished over 2 millennia ago. Each face carved into the stone reflects a blend of influences, Nabatean, Hellenistic, and even Egyptian. This melding of styles tells us about the people who lived here, their interactions, their trades, and the very essence of their identity. As we delve deeper into the narratives of these faces, we find ourselves reflecting on our own identities. What defines us? Is it our heritage, our experiences, or the stories we tell? The people of Petra, once vibrant and thriving, have long since faded from memory, yet their legacy endures in the stone. Their artistry speaks to us across the ages, reminding us that identity is not static. It evolves, intertwining with the passage of time. Traveling further, we arrive at the cliffs of Mount Rushmore, where the monumental faces of 4 American presidents gaze out over the land. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Each face represents not just a man, but an idea, a vision for a nation. The granite giants stand as a testament to the American spirit, embodying ideals of freedom, democracy, and perseverance. Yet, as we admire their grandeur, we are compelled to ask, who are we as a nation? What do these faces say about our collective identity? The story of America is complex, woven with threads of triumph and tragedy. The faces on this mountain tell us of progress, but they also remind us of the marginalized voices that have been silenced throughout history. The monument stands tall, yet beneath its surface lies a deeper narrative, a call to acknowledge the multifaceted identity of a nation still in the making. As we journey onward, we find ourselves in the heart of the ancient Maya civilization, where towering pyramids rise against the backdrop of a lush jungle. In the ruins of Tikal, we encounter intricate stone carvings depicting rulers, deities, and warriors. Each relief tells a story of power, sacrifice, and the divine connection the Maya felt with their gods. The faces of the kings, with their elaborate headdresses and fierce expressions, embody the strength and authority of their reign. But these faces also reveal a profound truth about identity. It is not merely a reflection of power, but a tapestry woven from the threads of community and spirituality. The Maya believed that their identity was intertwined with the land, the cosmos, and each other. Their carvings are not just historical records, they are spiritual affirmations, asserting their place in the universe, reminding us that identity is deeply rooted in connection. As twilight descends, we turn our gaze toward the great sculptures of Easter Island, known as Rapa Nui. Here, massive stone heads known as moai gaze solemnly at the sea, their enigmatic expressions etched into the volcanic rock. These monumental figures were crafted by a society that thrived in isolation, and they stand as a testament to the ingenuity of the Rapa Nui people. Each moai is believed to represent an ancestor, a connection to the past that transcends time. Yet the story of the moai is not just one of pride, it is also one of sorrow. The environmental challenges faced by the Rapa Nui people, their struggles for survival, and the eventual decline of their civilization cast a shadow over these remarkable statues. The faces carved in stone remind us that identity is often shaped by the land we inhabit, the resources we depend on, and the choices we make as stewards of our environment. The moai, with their stoic gazes, urge us to consider our own responsibilities. How do we honor our ancestors? How do we shape our identities in a world that is constantly changing? The faces in stone are not just relics of the past, they are mirrors reflecting our present, challenging us to engage with our identities in meaningful ways. As our journey draws to a close, we find ourselves back in the modern world, where the pursuit of identity continues to unfold. In a time marked by globalization and technological advancement, we are faced with questions that echo through the ages. Who are we in a world that often feels fragmented? How do we navigate the intersections of culture, ethnicity, and personal experience? The faces carved in stone, whether in Petra, Mount Rushmore, Tikal, or Easter Island, serve as reminders that identity is a complex mosaic shaped by history, culture, and community. Each face tells a story, inviting us to listen, to reflect, and to engage in the ongoing dialogue of what it means to be human. In this exploration of faces in stone, the enigma of identity, we are reminded that our identities are not solitary. They are communal, They are not fixed, they are fluid, evolving with each passing moment. The stones may be silent, but their stories echo in our hearts, urging us to embrace the richness of our shared humanity. So, as we leave this journey through time and stone, let us carry with us the wisdom of the ages. Let the faces in the stone inspire us to seek connection, to celebrate diversity, and to honor the intricate tapestry of identities that make up our world. For in every carved face, we find a reflection of ourselves, a reminder that we are all part of this grand story, woven together by the threads of our shared existence. In the realm of sports, where the roar of the crowd meets the sweat of competition, a fascinating dichotomy emerges, one that has long captivated the minds of scholars, fans, and players alike. This is the story of kings or ball players, theories of representation. It's a tale that takes us deep into the heart of athleticism, identity, and the very fabric of society. Imagine for a moment the grand stadiums, filled to the brim with fans adorned in their team colors, faces painted in anticipation of the contest about to unfold. The air buzzes with excitement, a palpable energy that transcends the mere game being played. Here, athletes step onto the field as modern-day gladiators, but they are more than just players. They are symbols, icons, and sometimes even kings. Throughout history, athletes have been positioned in the public eye, not just as entertainers, but as representations of cultural ideals, societal values, and sometimes the very essence of what it means to be human. But what happens when we strip away the glamour, the accolades, and the fame? Who are these individuals when the lights fade and the crowds disperse? To explore this, we journey back to the ancient world, where sports were steeped in ritual and reverence. Take the Olympic Games of Greece, where athletes competed not just for glory, but for a chance to be immortalized in the annals of history. Victors were celebrated as heroes, their names etched in stone, their stories woven into the fabric of Greek mythology. They were kings in their own right, revered for their physical prowess and the honor they brought to their city-states. As we move through the ages, the role of the athlete began to evolve. The age of the Renaissance brought forth a renewed interest in the human form, and with it, the image of the athlete transformed from mere competitors into paragons of virtue and strength. Think of the great Michelangelo, who sculpted David, capturing not just the physical essence of the human body, but the spirit of determination and triumph. The athlete became a canvas for society's aspirations, embodying ideals of beauty, strength, and resilience. Fast forward to the 20th century, and we find ourselves in a world where sports have taken on a new cultural significance. The rise of mass media and technology meant that athletes were no longer confined to local arenas. They stepped into the homes of millions, becoming household names and cultural icons. Legends like Muhammad Ali, Jackie Robinson, and Michael Jordan transcended their sports, representing broader movements and ideals. They became symbols of hope, change, and perseverance, embodying the struggles and triumphs of their communities. Yet with this elevation comes a complex web of expectations. The question arises, are athletes merely entertainers, or do they also carry the weight of representation? For many, the answer is not so simple. As athletes rise to the pinnacle of their sports, they are often thrust into the role of role models, carrying the hopes and dreams of their fans. Their performances on the field can inspire a sense of unity, while their personal lives are scrutinized under the ever-watchful eye of the public. Consider the case of Colin Kaepernick, whose decision to kneel during the national anthem ignited a firestorm of debate. In that moment, he was not simply a quarterback. He became a symbol of resistance against systemic injustice. His actions challenged the traditional notions of representation, sparking conversations about race, privilege, and the role of athletes in society. Kaepernick's choice to use his platform for activism blurred the lines between his identities as a ball player and a king, showcasing the profound impact that athletes can have on social discourse. In contrast, we must also examine the pressures that accompany this representation. Athletes often find themselves standing at the intersection of their personal beliefs and public personas. The weight of expectation can be heavy, leading some to navigate a fine line between authenticity and the image they are expected to uphold. This duality is particularly poignant in the world of social media, where every tweet, every post, and every image can be dissected and debated. As we delve deeper into the narrative of representation, we encounter the phenomenon of branding, where athletes become products, their identities shaped by commercial interests. The likes of LeBron James and Serena Williams are not just athletes, they are brands, carefully curated images that resonate with millions. Herein lies the tension. As they ascend to greater heights, do they retain their authenticity, or do they risk becoming mere symbols of consumerism? The modern athlete stands as a testament to this struggle. They are kings of their domains, yet they are also ball players, entwined in a world that demands both excellence and relatability. In a society where the lines between celebrity and athlete have blurred, their personal stories can inspire, but they also come under constant scrutiny. Each triumph is celebrated, while each misstep can lead to rapid downfall, forcing athletes to navigate a complex landscape of fame and responsibility. Yet, through all of this, the essence of sport remains, a profound and unifying force that transcends race, class, and geography. The triumphs and tribulations of athletes offer an opportunity for reflection, discussion, and ultimately a deeper understanding of our shared humanity. Think about the moments that unite us, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, the shared experience of rooting for a common goal. These are the narratives that bind us, narratives that remind us that whether kings or ball players, athletes are reflections of our own aspirations, dreams, and struggles. In the end, the theories of representation surrounding athletes reveal the intricate dance between identity and expectation, a dynamic interplay that continues to evolve. As we celebrate the champions of today, we must also recognize their complexities, their roles as both entertainers and advocates, kings in their own right, navigating a world that often demands more than they can give. So, as we step away from the field and the fervor of the crowd, let us remember that behind the jerseys and the accolades, there lies a tapestry woven with stories of resilience, passion, and the pursuit of greatness. In this journey of understanding, we find not just athletes but reflections of ourselves, each striving to carve out their place in the grand narrative of life. In the tapestry of human history, there exists a recurring thread that intertwines the destinies of warriors and rulers. They are the architects of empires, the stalwart defenders of their people, and the very embodiment of power itself. Welcome to this exploration of warriors and rulers, symbols of power, a journey through the ages, where we unveil the stories of those who donned armor and crowns, wielded swords and scepters, and etched their names into the annals of time. Our story begins in the cradle of civilization, where the first warriors emerged not just as fighters, but as the protectors of their tribes. In the fertile valleys of Mesopotamia, as the sun set behind the ziggurats, the clang of bronze echoed through the air. The Sumerians, with their city-states, birthed the first organized military forces. These warriors were both feared and revered, their prowess on the battlefield earning them a place in the hearts of their people. They were not mere soldiers. They were heroes, celebrated in epic tales, their deeds immortalized in cuneiform scripts. Yet as these warriors fought valiantly for their cities, it was the rulers who crafted the narratives of power. The priest-kings, clad in ceremonial garments rather than armor, wielded authority that extended beyond mere physical strength. They were the ones who summoned the gods, who claimed divine right to rule. In their eyes, the favor of the deities was paramount, and their warriors were the instruments of their will. The relationship between the warrior and the ruler was symbiotic. While the ruler offered protection and sustenance, the warrior provided loyalty and valor. As we traverse time, we find ourselves in ancient Egypt, where the pharaohs reigned supreme. With their towering pyramids and grand temples, they erected symbols of their power that would stand the test of millennia. The pharaoh was not just a monarch. He was a god on earth, a living symbol of order and stability. His warriors, the Medjay, were not only guardians of the realm, but also protectors of the afterlife. Clad in their linen tunics, they wielded bows and spears, ready to defend their king against any threat, be it earthly or supernatural. In the eyes of the Egyptians, the pharaoh and his warriors were inseparable, a manifestation of the cosmic balance that held their world together. As we sail across the Mediterranean, we arrive in the realm of the Greeks, where the ideals of heroism and governance took on a new dimension. The city-states of Athens and Sparta were home to some of the most formidable warriors in history. The Spartans, with their rigorous training and unwavering discipline, epitomized the warrior ethos. Their rulers, the dual kingship, embodied the balance of power, ensuring that the warrior spirit was matched by wise governance. In the shadow of the Acropolis, the Athenian democracy flourished, where rulers were chosen from among the citizens. Here, the warrior was not just a soldier, but a citizen soldier, a defender of freedom and democracy, ready to sacrifice for the greater good. The clash of steel and shields reached a crescendo during the Persian Wars, where the combined might of Greek warriors stood against the vast Persian Empire. It was here that the stories of legendary figures like Leonidas of Sparta and Themistocles of Athens emerged, their actions resonating through time as symbols of courage and strategic brilliance. The bond between the warrior and the ruler became a narrative of resistance and resilience, as they fought not just for territory, but for the very essence of their identity. As we turn the pages of history, we find ourselves in the heart of the Roman Empire, a realm that redefined the concepts of power and governance. The Roman legions, renowned for their discipline and organization, were the backbone of imperial expansion. Here, the emperor was both ruler and commander, embodying the duality of authority. From Augustus to Constantine, these leaders wielded power with a blend of military might and political acumen. The gladiators, too, emerged as warriors in their own right, fighting for glory and survival in the grand arenas. They became symbols of the empire's power, their blood and sweat a testament to the brutal spectacle that captivated the masses. Yet, as the empire expanded, so did the complexities of power. The relationship between the emperor and his generals became fraught with tension, as ambition and loyalty often clashed. The tale of Julius Caesar, whose ascent to power was marked by remarkable military conquests, serves as a stark reminder of how power can corrupt and transform. In the end, it was the very warriors who had once rallied to his cause that turned against him, leading to his tragic downfall. The echoes of betrayal resonate through the ages, reminding us that power, while alluring, is a double-edged sword. As we journey further into the Middle Ages, we witness the rise of feudalism, where lords ruled vast estates and knights served as their vassals. The chivalric code emerged, intertwining the lives of warriors and rulers in a complex web of loyalty and honor. The knights, adorned in shining armor, became symbols of chivalry, embodying virtues of bravery, loyalty, and respect for women. They fought not just for land, but for the honor of their lords and the protection of their realms. In this era, we also see the emergence of iconic figures such as Richard the Lionheart and Saladin, whose legendary rivalry during the Crusades transformed them into symbols of their respective faiths. Their battles were not merely clashes of swords, but a profound struggle for identity and belief, a timeless reminder of how power can transcend the battlefield and seep into the hearts and minds of nations. As the Renaissance dawned, the narrative shifted once more. The age of exploration and discovery brought forth new empires, where warriors became explorers and rulers sought dominion over distant lands. The likes of Hernán Cortés and Francisco Pizarro, armed with swords and ambitions, ventured into the New World, forever altering the course of history. In their wake, they left not only tales of conquest but also stories of the cultures they encountered, revealing the profound complexities of power and its consequences. In the modern era, the dichotomy of warriors and rulers continued to evolve. The world witnessed the rise of nation-states, where the concept of citizenship redefined the relationship between power and the people. In the crucible of the world wars, soldiers became symbols of national pride, their sacrifices etched into the collective consciousness of nations. Rulers, too, grappled with the weight of leadership in times of crisis, as they sought to unite their countries in the face of adversity. Yet, as we navigate through the complexities of modern governance, we must also confront the paradox of power. The symbols of authority, once embodied in crowns and regalia, now manifest in democracies and institutions. The warriors of today wear uniforms, their loyalty to the ideals of freedom and justice. They stand as guardians of peace, their sacrifice is often hidden from the public eye, yet their impact resonates through every corner of society. As we reflect on the intertwined destinies of warriors and rulers, we are reminded that power is not merely a title or a throne. It is a responsibility, a burden carried by those who dare to lead. The stories of warriors, once celebrated for their strength and rulers, revered for their wisdom, teach us that true power lies in the ability to inspire, to protect, and to uplift those around us. In the end, the legacies of these warriors and rulers remind us that history is not just a series of events. It is a tapestry woven with threads of courage, ambition, betrayal, and hope. As we honor their stories, we recognize that the symbols of power endure, shaping our world and guiding us toward a future where the spirit of the warrior and the wisdom of the ruler coexist in harmony. In the annals of history, few artifacts evoke as much intrigue and reverence as helmets. These seemingly simple pieces of headgear, crafted from metal, cloth, or leather, tell tales of valor, identity, and the eternal struggle between life and death. Welcome to The Helmet's Mystery of the Headgear. Join us as we embark on a journey through time, exploring the stories behind these remarkable creations. Imagine, if you will, a battlefield of long ago. The air is thick with the scent of earth and blood, the cries of men echoing through the chaos. Among the clashing swords, amidst the tumult of war, one object stands as a symbol of courage: the helmet. It is more than just a piece of armor. It is a guardian of the mind, a protector of thought and spirit. In ancient times, warriors donned helmets not only for protection, but also to embody the essence of their identity. Each design, each embellishment, a reflection of personal valor and societal status. Let's journey back to the Bronze Age, where we find the first evidence of helmets adorning the heads of warriors. These early creations were often made from bronze, shaped into conical forms to deflect blows. As we delve deeper, we come across the famed Corinthian helmet, a masterpiece of ancient Greece. With its distinctive cheek pieces and a T-shaped opening for the eyes, this helmet was not merely functional, it was an emblem of Greek civilization. Imagine a Spartan soldier standing tall and proud, his face obscured by the polished metal, his spirit ignited by the legacy of his ancestors. It was a statement of power, and a reminder of the duty he owed to his city-state. But the story of helmets is not confined to the ancient world alone. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, a time when chivalry reigned supreme and knights roamed the lands, their armor gleaming in the sun. The helmets of this era, often adorned with intricate designs and crests, became canvases for expression. The great helm, a bulbous design that enveloped the head, served as both a shield and a testament to the knight's lineage. Imagine the clang of metal as a knight raises his visor, eyes steely with determination, ready to defend his honor in a tournament. Each helmet told a tale of battles fought, of loyalty tested, and of glory won. As we traverse through the pages of history, we encounter the evolution of helmets. The Renaissance brought with it a wave of innovation. No longer were helmets merely utilitarian, they became works of art. Ornate designs emerged, decorated with feathers and elaborate engravings, symbolizing not just protection, but prestige. Picture a royal court where noblemen adorned in resplendent armor parade before an audience, their helmets glinting in the candlelight, each a testament to the opulence of their station. The helmets became indicators of rank, their complexity speaking volumes about the wearer's position in society. Yet beneath the beauty lies a darker reality. As warfare evolved, so too did the helmet's purpose. The advent of gunpowder and firearms transformed battlefields into a theater of death, where the once reliable protection of metal became insufficient. The 17th century brought about the infamous lobster shell helmet, an adaptation designed to protect against musket fire. Imagine the somber scene of soldiers facing off, the air thick with smoke, and the sound of gunfire echoing like thunder. Soldiers wore their helmets as shields against not just the weapons of their foes, but also the very chaos of the age. In this dance of evolution, let us not forget the cultures that created unique helmets, steeped in their own traditions and histories. Among them, the samurai of feudal Japan stand out, their helmets, kabuto, crafted with exquisite precision. Each kabuto was adorned with crests and motifs, symbolizing the warrior's clan and personal ethos. Imagine a samurai, his kabuto gleaming under the sun, standing resolute on the battlefield, a living embodiment of honor and discipline. The craftsmanship of these helmets was so revered that they became prized possessions, passed down through generations, each telling a story of its own. But what happens when we shift our focus from the battlefield to the arena? The gladiators of ancient Rome wore helmets that were not just protective gear, but also instruments of spectacle. The iconic Roman gladiator helmet, with its imposing crest and distinctive face guard, served to intimidate opponents and thrill spectators. Picture the amphitheater, filled to the brim with eager spectators, their hearts racing as the clash of metal rings out. Each helmet was a symbol of the struggle for glory, a reminder of the high stakes of survival. The very act of donning a helmet transformed a man into a gladiator, a warrior bound to entertain, to fight for his life against all odds. As we move through the corridors of time, we come to the modern era, where helmets have taken on an entirely different significance. In the 20th century, the world witnessed two devastating world wars, and with them the evolution of military helmets reached new heights. The steel pot helmet, favored by soldiers in World War II, was designed for maximum protection against shrapnel and debris. Imagine the young soldiers, just boys in many cases, donning these helmets as they prepared to embark on the most harrowing journey of their lives. Each helmet was not just armor, it was a lifeline, a barrier between them and the horrors of war. But the story of helmets doesn't end with the military. In our contemporary world, helmets have transcended their historical roots to become symbols of safety and responsibility. In sports, from cycling to football, helmets are now ubiquitous, designed to protect athletes and adventurers alike. Picture a young child excitedly strapping on a bicycle helmet for the first time, eyes wide with anticipation of freedom and adventure. In this instance, the helmet transforms from a symbol of battle to a guardian of dreams, ensuring that the pursuit of joy remains unscathed. Yet, as we explore the multifaceted narratives of helmets, we must ask ourselves, what do these artifacts really signify? Beyond their practical function, helmets embody the essence of humanity, the fight for survival, the quest for identity, and the relentless march of progress. Each helmet carries within it the weight of history, the stories of countless individuals who wore them, who faced their fears and challenges head-on. As we conclude our journey through the mystique of helmets, we find ourselves reflecting on their profound significance. They have served as symbols of protection, strength, and identity across cultures and eras. From the ancient warriors of Greece, the chivalrous knights of the Middle Ages, to the modern athletes of today, helmets have played a vital role in shaping our understanding of courage and resilience. So, the next time you encounter a helmet, be it on a battlefield, in a museum, or even in your own home, take a moment to consider the stories it holds. Each dent, each scratch, each piece of embellishment is a testament to the lives lived, the battles fought, and the dreams pursued. In the end, helmets are not merely objects. They are silent witnesses to the human experience, a reminder of our shared journey through the trials and triumphs of life. And perhaps, in understanding their stories, we come to understand a little more about ourselves. In the quiet corners of our world, where time seems to stand still, ancient monuments rise from the earth like sentinels of the past. They are more than mere stone and mortar. They are the keepers of secrets, the storytellers of civilizations long gone. Among their many features, symbols and carvings stand out, intricate and enigmatic, whispering tales of history, culture, and belief. And today we embark on a journey to uncover the stories hidden within these marks and engravings, clues etched into the very foundations of our shared heritage. Imagine walking through a dense forest, the sunlight filtering through a canopy of leaves, casting dappled shadows on the ground. As you navigate the undergrowth, your eyes catch a glimpse of something extraordinary. A massive stone structure, partially obscured by vines and moss, its surface adorned with carvings that seem to dance in the light. You take a step closer, curiosity pulling you in. What stories do these symbols hold? What secrets have they guarded through the ages? Historically, symbols have served as the language of the ancients. They were the links between the earthly realm and the divine, the visible and the invisible. For the people who created them, every line, curve, and figure had meaning, a message to be understood by their descendants, or perhaps a warning to future generations. As we examine these carvings, we begin to uncover a rich tapestry of beliefs, myths, and stories that shaped entire civilizations. Consider the Great Pyramids of Egypt, towering monuments that have fascinated explorers and scholars for centuries. Their walls are adorned with hieroglyphs, intricate symbols that tell the tales of pharaohs, gods, and the journey to the afterlife. Each carving represents not just a sound or a word, but a concept, a piece of the grand puzzle that is human existence. As we delve into the meanings behind these symbols, we find ourselves transported back to a time when the Nile was the lifeblood of the land and the sun was revered as a deity. The carvings invite us to share in the hopes, dreams, and fears of those who came before us. Yet, the story of symbols is not confined to the sands of Egypt. Across the globe, we find similar narratives etched into ancient structures. In the lush landscapes of Central America, the Mayans left behind a legacy of stone temples and monuments adorned with complex carvings. These symbols often depicted their gods, celestial bodies, and significant events, each telling a story of their intricate relationship with nature and the cosmos. As we explore these sites, we are reminded that the desire to understand our place in the universe is a universal trait transcending time and geography. Now, Let us journey to the rugged cliffs of the British Isles, where stone circles and megaliths rise like guardians of the past. Here, ancient cultures carved symbols into the rocks, marking significant events, celestial alignments, and even maps of the stars. The spirals, circles, and zigzag patterns found in these carvings are not mere decorations. They are messages to the heavens, a way of connecting with the cosmos. It is as if the ancients were reaching out, trying to grasp the mysteries of the universe while leaving behind clues for those who would come after them. As we traverse these historic landscapes, we cannot overlook the role of symbols in the storytelling traditions of indigenous cultures. From the totem poles of the Pacific Northwest to the petroglyphs scattered throughout the American Southwest, every carving tells a story. These symbols serve as a visual language, a means of preserving history and culture through generations. Each figure represents a clan, a story of creation, a moral lesson, a vibrant connection to the land and its people. But what happens when we encounter symbols that seem to defy explanation? Throughout history, there have been carvings that remain shrouded in mystery, a riddle waiting to be solved. Consider the enigmatic Nazca lines in Peru, massive geoglyphs etched into the desert floor, depicting creatures and shapes visible only from the sky. What was their purpose? Were they offerings to the gods, astronomical calendars, or perhaps something entirely different? The unanswered questions draw us in, compelling us to explore, to imagine, to seek understanding. In this uncertainty lies the beauty of history, a reminder that not all stories have clear endings. Yet, as we decode the symbols and carvings of the past, we must also acknowledge the cultural contexts in which they were created. The meanings of symbols can shift over time, influenced by changing beliefs, societal structures, and external interactions. A carving that once held sacred significance may evolve into a mere artifact, a remnant of a bygone era. In this way, symbols act as living entities, adapting to the ebb and flow of human experience. As we reflect on our journey through time, we come to understand that symbols are not just relics of the past. They are the threads that weave together the fabric of our shared humanity. They speak to our innate desire to communicate, to connect, to leave a legacy. In every carving, we find echoes of laughter, tears, triumphs, and struggles, a testament to the resilience of human spirit. In our modern world, where technology often overshadows the ancient, the study of symbols and carvings reminds us of the importance of history. They beckon us to pause, to listen, and to appreciate the stories that have shaped our societies. Each monument is a chapter in the grand narrative of humanity, and every symbol is a word in that story, waiting patiently for us to decipher its meaning. As we conclude our exploration of these magnificent symbols and carvings, we invite you to consider the monuments in your own life. What stories do they hold? What messages do they convey? In a world that often rushes forward, let us take a moment to slow down, to observe, and to listen to the whispers of the past. For within those whispers lies the essence of who we are, a tapestry of stories, woven together by the threads of time, waiting to be discovered once more. In the heart of ancient Mesoamerica, a civilization emerged that would lay the foundation for the rich tapestry of cultures that would follow. This is the story of the Olmec, the rubber people, who thrived between 1500 and 400 BCE in what is now southern Mexico. As we journey through their world, we will explore their cities, villages, and the daily lives of the people who inhabited this enigmatic civilization. Imagine standing at the edge of a lush, verdant landscape where the humid air is thick with the scent of earth and vegetation. The distant sound of water flowing mingles with the calls of exotic birds. This is the land where the Olmecs settled, nestled between the Gulf of Mexico and the imposing mountains of the Sierra Madre. Here, in the fertile lowlands of the Gulf Coast, the Olmec began to cultivate their identity, a blend of agriculture, spirituality, and artistic expression. As we step further into this vibrant world, we find ourselves approaching one of the Olmec's grand urban centers. La Venta, one of the most significant Olmec cities, rises before us like a mythical giant. Its monumental earthen mounds tower over the landscape, shaped by the hands of countless laborers who toiled under the sun. These structures were not merely piles of dirt, they were sacred sites imbued with meaning and purpose. The largest mound, known as the Great Mound, is believed to have served as a ceremonial center, perhaps a place for the ruling elite to connect with the divine. In the heart of La Venta, we encounter colossal stone heads, each one a masterpiece of artistry and cultural expression. Carved from basalt, these heads stand as silent sentinels, their expressions enigmatic yet commanding. They are believed to represent the rulers of the Olmec, powerful figures who wielded authority and influence over their people. The precision of their features and the grandeur of their scale evoke a sense of awe, reminding us that the Olmec were not merely a civilization of farmers, but also a people who valued artistry and leadership. As we wander through the city, we imagine the bustling activity of daily life. The Olmec were skilled farmers, cultivating crops such as maize, beans, and squash. The fields surrounding La Venta would have been alive with the sounds of laughter and labor as families worked together to nurture their harvest. The agricultural cycle dictated the rhythm of life, connecting the people to the land and to each other. Festivals celebrating planting and harvest would have drawn communities together, reinforcing bonds of kinship and spirituality. In the shadows of the great mounds, the everyday lives of ordinary Olmec citizens unfold. The homes of the people were modest structures made from thatch and mud, often clustered together in small neighborhoods. These villages, while simpler than the grand urban centers, were vibrant hubs of activity. Children would run through the streets, playing games that echoed the joys of their ancestors, while adults engaged in crafts such as pottery, weaving, and stone carving. The Olmec were not just creators of monumental art. They were artisans, shaping their world through skill and creativity. As we delve deeper into Olmec society, we discover the importance of trade in their daily lives. The Olmec were not isolated. They were connected to a vast network of trade routes that spanned Mesoamerica. They exchanged goods such as jade, obsidian, and ceramics with neighboring cultures. The allure of jade in particular captivated the Olmec, who believed it held spiritual significance. The vibrant green stone was fashioned into intricate ornaments, tools, and ritual objects, reflecting the Olmec's deep spiritual connection to nature and the cosmos. Religion played a central role in the lives of the Olmec, shaping their worldview and practices. The people worshipped a pantheon of deities, often associated with natural elements like the jaguar, a powerful symbol of strength and fertility. Temples and altars dotted the landscape, serving as sites for offerings and rituals. We can almost hear the rhythmic chants and the sound of drums echoing through the air, as priests and shamans guided their communities in ceremonies that sought to appease the gods and ensure prosperity. The Olmec worldview was deeply connected to the cycles of nature, and the changing seasons dictated their spiritual practices. As we observe the landscape, we can envision the spring rains nourishing the earth, bringing forth the promise of new life. This connection to the land fostered a sense of stewardship, as the Olmec understood the delicate balance between humanity and nature. Their reverence for the earth is reflected in their art, with motifs of animals and plants intricately woven into their pottery and sculptures. As night falls, we find ourselves gathered around a fire, sharing stories with the villagers. The flickering flames illuminate the faces of the Olmec as they recount tales of their ancestors, myths that explain the origins of the world and the significance of their cultural practices. The oral tradition was vital, preserving knowledge and history for generations. Through these stories, we glimpse the values and beliefs that shaped Olmec identity, revealing a civilization rich in symbolism and meaning. Yet, as we immerse ourselves in this world, we must also acknowledge the challenges the Olmec faced. Environmental changes, such as shifts in climate or resource scarcity, may have strained their society. As the landscape transformed, so too did the dynamics of their cities and villages. By the time of their decline around 400 BCE, many of the great centers were abandoned, their once thriving populations dispersing into smaller communities. In the end, the legacy of the Olmec endures, a testament to their resilience and creativity. Though their cities may have crumbled and their monuments lay silent, the influence of the Olmec reverberates through the ages. They are often regarded as the mother culture of Mesoamerica, their artistic styles and religious practices shaping the civilizations that followed, such as the Maya and the Aztec. As we draw our journey to a close, we reflect on the Olmec world, a vibrant tapestry woven from the threads of culture, spirituality, and daily life. The echoes of their laughter, the rhythm of their labor, and the splendor of their artistry resonate in our hearts, inviting us to explore the depths of human creativity and the bonds that unite us across time and space. In this ancient land of the Olmec, we find not just a civilization of the past, but a mirror reflecting our own humanity, a reminder that, regardless of the era, the essence of daily life, community, and connection remains timeless. The Olmec may have vanished from the pages of history, but their spirit lives on, whispering through the ruins and the stories of those who came after, urging us to remember and to cherish the world we share. In the dense, verdant heart of Mexico, where the humid air is thick with the scent of earth and rain, lies a place that whispers the secrets of an ancient civilization. It is a place where colossal stone heads rise from the ground, their expressions frozen in time, guarding the memories of a people who thrived long before the Aztecs and Maya. Welcome to San Lorenzo, the first capital of the Olmecs, a civilization often referred to as the mother culture of Mesoamerica. The Olmecs flourished during a period that spanned from approximately 1200 to 400 BCE, in the low-lying coastal regions of what is now Veracruz and Tabasco. As the sun rose over this ancient landscape, the Olmecs began to leave their indelible mark on history. San Lorenzo, the oldest of their known ceremonial centers, stands as a testament to their ingenuity, artistry, and socio-political sophistication. Imagine stepping into this world where the air thrums with the vibrant pulse of life. As you walk along the ancient pathways, you can almost hear the echoes of the past, the laughter of children playing, the chants of priests invoking the gods, and the steady thrum of drums that filled the air during sacred rituals. San Lorenzo was not just a place. It was the heart of an emerging civilization, a hub where culture, trade, and spirituality intertwined. The geography of San Lorenzo is as captivating as its history. Nestled between the lush hills and the winding rivers, this site was a strategic choice. The fertile land surrounding it was perfect for agriculture, allowing the Olmecs to cultivate maize, beans, and squash, staples that would nourish their people. The rivers provided not only sustenance, but also a means of transport and trade, connecting San Lorenzo with other communities. This accessibility facilitated the exchange of goods and ideas, further enriching Olmec culture. But what truly sets San Lorenzo apart are the monumental sculptures that dot its landscape. As you stand before the massive basalt heads, each one weighing several tons, you can't help but feel a sense of awe. These statues, believed to represent rulers or important figures, are remarkable not only for their size, but also for their intricate details. With furrowed brows and solemn gazes, they seem to watch over the land, embodying the power and authority of the Olmec elite. The craftsmanship involved in creating these colossal heads is nothing short of extraordinary. The Olmecs quarried stone from distant mountains, transporting it over rugged terrain to their sacred site. This monumental effort speaks to a society that was organized, skilled, and dedicated to their beliefs. Each head tells a story, a narrative of identity, power, and the connection between the earthly and the divine. While the heads are the most iconic symbols of San Lorenzo, they are just the tip of the iceberg. The site is home to an array of other fascinating artifacts, including altars, thrones, and smaller sculptures. Each piece offers a glimpse into the religious and political life of the Olmecs. It's as if you're walking through a living museum where each artifact has a story to tell, a story of creation, of gods, of power struggles, and of the human experience. As we delve deeper into the Olmec worldview, we discover their profound connection to nature and the cosmos. They revered a pantheon of gods, many of whom were tied to natural elements and celestial bodies. The jaguar, a powerful symbol in Olmec mythology, represented strength, power, and the underworld. The Olmecs believed that the jaguar was a transformative creature capable of crossing the boundaries between the physical and spiritual realms. Through their art and architecture, the Olmecs expressed their understanding of the world around them. The imagery found in their carvings often reflects a deep reverence for nature, with motifs of animals, plants, and celestial bodies woven into their narratives. It's a reminder that the Olmecs were not just builders of monuments. They were also storytellers, weaving their beliefs and experiences into the very fabric of their civilization. As we explore the social structure of San Lorenzo, it becomes clear that this was a society with a complex hierarchy. The presence of monumental art suggests that there were leaders or elites who held power over the community. These individuals were likely responsible for organizing labor, directing trade, and performing rituals, tasks that would have required a high degree of political organization and social cohesion. The Olmecs also engaged in long-distance trade, exchanging goods such as obsidian, jade, and textiles with neighboring cultures. This trade network not only facilitated economic prosperity, but also allowed for the exchange of ideas and cultural practices. Through trade, the Olmecs were able to influence and be influenced by other societies, creating a cultural tapestry that would resonate throughout Mesoamerica for centuries to come. Despite its prominence, San Lorenzo was not destined to remain the heart of Olmec civilization forever. Around 900 BCE, the center began to decline, and the Olmecs shifted their focus to other sites, most notably La Venta. But even as San Lorenzo faded from its position of power, its legacy lived on. The innovations, art, and spiritual beliefs that emerged from this site would lay the groundwork for future Mesoamerican civilizations, echoing through the ages like a distant melody. In the lush jungles that now envelop San Lorenzo, nature has slowly reclaimed the land. Yet, as we wander through the ruins, the echoes of the Olmecs persist. The stone heads still stand, guardians of a civilization that once thrived in this vibrant landscape. They remind us that the Olmecs were more than just a people. They were pioneers of culture and civilization, whose impact would be felt long after their time. As the sun sets over San Lorenzo, casting a golden hue across the landscape, we are left to ponder the enduring mysteries of the Olmecs. What drove them to create such monumental art? What rituals were performed beneath the watchful eyes of their colossal heads? And ultimately, what lessons can we learn from a civilization that flourished thousands of years ago? The story of San Lorenzo is not just a tale of ancient stones and forgotten rituals, it is a reminder of our shared humanity. It invites us to reflect on the complexities of civilization, the power of belief, and the enduring legacy of those who came before us. As we close this chapter on the Olmecs, we carry their story with us, a thread woven into the rich tapestry of human history. In the embrace of the jungle, the spirit of San Lorenzo lives on, whispering to those who are willing to listen. In the heart of the lush, verdant landscape of Mexico, nestled among the rolling hills and thick forests, lies a site that whispers tales of ancient rituals and the profound power of the cosmos. This place is La Venta, a sacred center that once pulsed with the energy of a civilization long gone, yet still echoes with the vibrancy of its past. Join me on a journey back in time as we explore the mysteries of La Venta, a site that embodies the spirit of a people deeply connected to their beliefs and the world around them. Imagine, if you will, the early mornings of La Venta, where the sun crested the horizon, casting golden rays over the monumental earthworks and stone carvings that adorned this ancient city. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and the song of birds, a symphony of life that thrived here thousands of years ago. In this sacred space, the Olmecs, one of the earliest complex societies in Mesoamerica, gathered to perform rituals that honored their gods and celebrated their place in the cosmos. As we walk through the remnants of La Venta, we can almost hear the echoes of chants and the rhythmic beats of drums that resonated through the air, a soundtrack to the spiritual fervor that animated the lives of its inhabitants. The Olmecs were not just farmers and traders. They were visionaries, artists, and spiritual seekers who understood the delicate balance between humanity and the divine. They believed that the world was alive with spirit, and it was their duty to maintain harmony through ritual and sacrifice. The centerpiece of La Venta is the Great Pyramid, an imposing structure that rises majestically from the landscape. This pyramid, built from earth and stone, was not merely a monument. It was a celestial observatory, aligned with the stars and the movements of the sun. The Olmecs, skilled astronomers, used this sacred space to mark the passage of time, to honor the cycles of nature, and to engage with the divine. Imagine the priests and priestesses, adorned in ornate regalia, standing atop the pyramid, their voices ringing out in a powerful call to the heavens, invoking the gods to bless their people. As we delve deeper into the site, we encounter the iconic colossal heads, intricately carved from basalt and weighing several tons. These monumental sculptures, with their enigmatic expressions and oversized features, are believed to represent Olmec rulers or deities. Each head tells a story, a testament to the artistry and craftsmanship of a civilization that thrived long before the rise of the Aztecs or Mayans. Picture the artisans chiseling away at the stone, pouring their hearts and souls into each detail, ensuring that their legacy would endure through the ages. But La Venta was more than just a city. It was a nexus of trade and culture, a melting pot where ideas and beliefs flowed like the rivers that nourished the land. Traders from distant lands would come to La Venta, bringing with them not only goods, but also stories of their own gods and traditions. It was here that the Olmecs would exchange not just material wealth, but also spiritual wisdom, creating a tapestry of interconnected beliefs that enriched their own understanding of the universe. As we walk along the ceremonial plazas of La Venta, we can almost feel the weight of history pressing down upon us. The plazas, once bustling with life, were the heart of the community, where people gathered to celebrate festivals, to mourn their dead, and to seek the guidance of their spiritual leaders. Picture the vibrant scenes, families dancing, children laughing, and the aroma of food wafting through the air, mingling with the sounds of celebration and reverence. It was a place where the sacred and the mundane intertwined, where every aspect of life was imbued with meaning. Yet, like all great civilizations, the story of La Venta is not one without its shadows. As we explore the remnants of this once thriving city, we uncover the remnants of a society that faced challenges and changes. The Olmecs, despite their profound understanding of the cosmos, were not immune to the forces of nature or the shifting tides of power. Climate change, resource depletion, and social upheaval eventually led to the decline of La Venta, a poignant reminder of the fragility of human existence. But even in its decline, La Venta remained a symbol of resilience and adaptability. The Olmecs, with their deep spiritual connection to the land, adapted to the changing world around them. They learned to navigate the challenges they faced, drawing upon their rich cultural heritage to foster new ways of living and understanding. The echoes of their wisdom can still be felt today, reminding us of the importance of honoring the balance between humanity and nature. As we stand amidst the ruins of La Venta, it is impossible not to feel a sense of reverence for those who walked this land before us. The Olmec civilization may have faded into history, but their legacy endures in the stories we share, the art we create, and the respect we hold for the earth. La Venta stands as a testament to the human spirit, a reminder of our capacity for creativity, spirituality, and connection. In the modern world, as we grapple with our own challenges, the lessons of La Venta resonate deeply. The Olmecs' understanding of the cosmos and their reverence for nature serve as a guiding light in our journey towards sustainability and harmony. Their rituals, rooted in a profound respect for the earth, invite us to reflect on our relationship with the world around us and inspire us to seek balance in our own lives. As we conclude our journey through La Venta, let us carry with us the stories of the Olmecs, their sacred rituals, and their enduring legacy. Let us remember that within the ruins of the past lies the wisdom of ages, waiting to guide us as we navigate the complexities of our own time. La Venta is not just a site of archaeological importance. It is a sacred center of ritual and power, a place where the spirit of the Olmecs lives on, calling us to honor our connection to the earth, to each other, and to the cosmos. So, as we leave this sacred space, let us step forward with a renewed sense of purpose, inspired by the Olmec legacy, and committed to weaving our own stories into the tapestry of humanity. For in every ritual, every gathering, and every act of reverence, we honor not just the past, but also the future we create together. La Venta beckons us to remember, to connect, and to celebrate the sacredness of life itself. In the humid embrace of the Veracruz lowlands, where the land unfolds like a lush green tapestry, lies a forgotten gem of ancient civilization, Tres Zapotes. Nestled among the sprawling jungles and vibrant rivers, this archaeological site whispers the stories of a culture long gone, yet its echoes resonate through time. Today, we embark on a journey to uncover the legacy of the Olmec, a civilization often dubbed the mother culture of Mesoamerica, and witness how Tres Zapotes stands as a testament to their enduring spirit. Picture a time over 3,000 years ago when the Olmec first emerged from the mists of prehistory. They were a people rich in creativity and complexity, weaving intricate tapestries of art, religion, and governance. As we delve deeper into their world, we find that the Olmec were not merely artists and craftsmen, they were pioneers who laid the groundwork for future civilizations across the region. Their influence rippled through time, resonating in the cultures of the Maya, the Aztecs, and beyond. Tres Zapotes, one of the earliest Olmec sites to be discovered, serves as a vital link to understanding this enigmatic civilization. Its name, which translates to 3 zapote trees, speaks to the lush surroundings that once nurtured the Olmec way of life. Imagine, if you will, the bustling activity of this ancient hub, a place where trade flourished, rituals were performed, and monumental stone sculptures were carved with meticulous precision. The air was thick with the scent of earth and sweat as artisans honed their skills, shaping their beliefs into tangible forms. As we walk the grounds of Tres Zapotes today, we are greeted by the imposing presence of colossal heads, each one a silent sentinel watching over the remnants of a vibrant past. These stone giants, some weighing several tons, depict the faces of Olmec rulers, their expressions frozen in time. Each head tells a story, a narrative of power, identity, and the intricate relationship between the people and their environment. The craftsmanship involved in creating these masterpieces is nothing short of extraordinary, a testament to the Olmecs' advanced understanding of art and engineering. But the significance of Tres Zapotes extends beyond mere artistry. This site was a center of innovation, where the foundations of urban planning and social organization began to take shape. The Olmec were not only creators of art, they were also architects of society, establishing hierarchies and governance that would influence generations to come. As we delve into the layout of Tres Zapotes, we can almost hear the echoes of market transactions, the laughter of children, and the solemn chants of rituals that once filled the air. The very ground beneath our feet seems to pulse with the energy of a civilization that thrived on ingenuity and collaboration. One of the most fascinating aspects of Tres Zapotes is its role in the development of a written language. While the Olmec may not have left behind extensive texts like later cultures, they did create the earliest known examples of hieroglyphs in Mesoamerica. Imagine the excitement of a scribe carefully inscribing symbols onto stone, each stroke carrying the weight of history and culture. These symbols, though few in number, represent a leap towards the written word, an acknowledgement of the importance of communication and record-keeping in a society poised for greatness. As we explore the site further, we come upon the enigmatic Stela C, a monumental stone slab that bears the earliest known Olmec glyphs. This artifact is not just a relic, it is a window into the minds of the Olmec people, revealing their thoughts, their beliefs, and perhaps even their aspirations. The glyphs, though still shrouded in mystery, speak of a world where stories were inscribed in stone, transforming oral traditions into a tangible legacy. As we stand before Stela C, we can almost imagine the Olmec scribes, their hands stained with pigment, breathing life into their culture through the power of the written word. But as with all great civilizations, the Olmec faced challenges that threatened their existence. The rise and fall of Tres Zapotes reflects a larger narrative of change and adaptation. As environmental conditions shifted and resources became scarce, the Olmec began to disperse, their once thriving community fading into the shadows of history. The echoes of their achievements, however, remain, like faint whispers carried on the wind, reminding us of their resilience and determination. Despite the challenges they faced, the Olmec legacy endured. Their influence permeated the very fabric of Mesoamerican cultures that followed. The Maya, the Zapotecs, and even the Aztecs drew inspiration from the Olmec way of life, adopting elements of their art, religion, and social structure. The colossal heads of the Olmec became symbols of power and authority, their forms echoed in the monumental architecture that would define later civilizations. In this way, Tres Zapotes stands not only as a site of archaeological significance, but as a crucial chapter in the ongoing story of human civilization. As we reflect on the journey of the Olmec and their enduring legacy, we find ourselves drawn into the rich tapestry of human experience. The story of Tres Zapotes is not just about a lost civilization. It is a reminder of our shared humanity, our capacity for creativity, and our relentless pursuit of understanding. The Olmec may have disappeared from the pages of history, but their spirit lives on in the echoes of their art, the monuments they left behind, and the lessons they imparted to those who came after. Today, as we walk through the ruins of Tres Zapotes, we honor not only the memory of the Olmec, but also the profound connections that bind us all together. The laughter of children, the artistry of creation, and the resilience in the face of adversity are threads woven into the human experience, spanning generations and cultures. The echoes of Tres Zapotes remind us that while time may erode the physical remnants of a civilization, the essence of its people continues to resonate through the ages. So let us carry forward the stories of the Olmec, not as mere historical figures, but as vibrant participants in the grand narrative of humanity. Let their triumphs and trials inspire us to explore the depths of our own creativity, to cherish the connections we forge, and to honor the echoes of the past as we carve our own paths into the future. In the heart of Tres Zapotes, the last echo of the Olmec calls to us, inviting us to listen, to learn, and to celebrate the indomitable spirit of human expression. In the verdant embrace of ancient lands, where time seems to stand still and the whispers of the past echo among the trees, there exists a treasure trove of artistic expression that transcends mere functionality. This is a tale of jade, figurines, and symbols, an exploration of artistry that goes far beyond the realm of heads, revealing the intricate tapestry of human experience woven into every piece. Imagine, if you will, a craftsman in a dimly lit workshop surrounded by the soft glow of flickering candles. His hands are calloused, honed by years of meticulous labor. Before him lies a slab of jade, its surface glistening like dew-kissed leaves at dawn. This precious stone, revered for its beauty and durability, holds stories untold and dreams unfulfilled. The artisan carefully selects his tools, each one a companion in his creative journey, and begins the delicate dance of carving. Jade, a stone that has captivated civilizations for millennia, is not merely a medium for artistry. It is a vessel of culture, history, and spirituality. From the ancient Chinese dynasties to the Mesoamerican civilizations, jade has symbolized power, purity, and the divine. It is said that the stone can communicate with the spirit world, connecting the earthly realm to the celestial. As we delve into this captivating world, we'll discover how the artistry of jade transcends the physical, breathing life into symbols that resonate through the ages. As our story unfolds, we find ourselves in the heart of ancient China, where jade is revered as the stone of heaven. Here, it is not just a stone, but a sacred embodiment of virtue and moral integrity. The Chinese have long believed that jade possesses protective qualities, guarding its bearer against misfortune and evil spirits. This belief is beautifully reflected in the intricate carvings that adorn jade artifacts, each piece telling a story of its own, each figure a guardian of ancient wisdom. Among the most celebrated jade artifacts are the intricate figurines, tiny representations of deities, mythical creatures, and even everyday life. Picture a figurine of a wise old man, his visage etched with lines of experience and compassion. He holds a scroll, a symbol of knowledge, inviting the viewer to seek wisdom. Or envision a delicate dragon, its scales shimmering, representing strength and protection. These figurines served not only as decorative pieces, but as tangible manifestations of the values and beliefs held dear by those who crafted and revered them. As we journey further, we encounter the enigmatic world of Mesoamerican jade. In the lush jungles of ancient civilizations like the Maya and the Olmec, jade was more than a precious material. It was a lifeblood, a sacred element intertwined with their existence. Here, jade was often fashioned into figurines representing gods, ancestors, and the forces of nature. These pieces were not merely decorative, they were imbued with spiritual significance, often accompanying the deceased in their journey to the afterlife. Imagine a ceremonial burial site, adorned with vibrant textiles and the soft glow of flickering candles. Among the offerings lies a jade figurine, meticulously carved and polished to perfection. This piece, a tribute to the departed, is believed to guide their spirit through the trials of the underworld. Each detail, from the curve of the figures to the intensity of the green hue, speaks volumes about the reverence and creativity of the artisans who shaped them. But the artistry of jade extends beyond these figurines. It intertwines with the symbols that have defined cultures for centuries. In the realm of symbolism, jade takes on an almost mystical quality. The Chinese have long associated jade with the concept of yin and yang, the balance of opposites that governs the universe. A simple piece of jade can symbolize harmony, tranquility, and the interconnectedness of all things. In contrast, the Mesoamerican cultures infused their jade with symbols rich in meaning. The Olmecs, often considered the mother culture of Mesoamerica, carved jade into figures that embodied the duality of life and death, creation and destruction. The jaguar, a symbol of power and the underworld, appears frequently in their art, reminding us of the delicate balance between the seen and the unseen. As we navigate through time, we witness the evolution of jade artistry. The craftsmanship becomes more intricate, the symbols more profound. We find ourselves in the era of the Han Dynasty, where jade becomes a symbol of social status. The elite adorn their homes with lavish jade ornaments, each telling a story of wealth and influence. The once humble figurines evolve into grand displays of artistry, showcasing the skill and creativity of the artisans who pour their hearts into every piece. Yet, amid this evolution, the essence of jade remains unchanged. The connection between the artist, the material, and the spiritual world endures. In the hands of a skilled craftsman, jade transforms into something not just beautiful, but alive, a conduit for stories that transcend time and space. As we explore further, we cannot overlook the role of jade in contemporary culture. While the ancient practices may have faded, the reverence for jade persists. Artists today continue to draw inspiration from the past, infusing their modern creations with echoes of ancient symbolism. In galleries and museums around the world, jade figurines stand as testaments to human creativity and resilience, bridging the gap between past and present. We meet a contemporary artist, her hands gently shaping a new figurine. Inspired by the traditional methods of her ancestors, she breathes new life into the ancient art of jade carving. Her work tells stories, tales of love, loss, and hope that resonate deeply with those who encounter them. Each piece, while rooted in tradition, speaks to the modern spirit, inviting viewers to reflect on their own journeys and connections to the world around them. In this way, jade, figurines, and symbols create a tapestry of human experience, a narrative that weaves through time, connecting generations and cultures. They remind us that art is not merely an expression of beauty. It is a reflection of our shared humanity, a bridge that spans the chasms of history and geography. As we draw our journey to a close, we are reminded that the artistry of jade is not confined to the past. It is an ever-evolving dialogue, a conversation between the artist and the viewer, between the material and the spiritual. The figurines, the symbols, and the stories they carry continue to inspire and provoke thought, reminding us of the preciousness of life and the enduring power of creativity. So, as you gaze upon a piece of jade, whether in a museum or in the hands of a loved one, take a moment to reflect on the stories it holds. Let it remind you of the artisans who, throughout history, have poured their souls into their craft. Let it connect you to the past, to the beliefs and values that have shaped civilizations, and to the ongoing journey of artistic expression that continues to flourish in our modern world. Jade, in all its forms, is not just art. It is the heartbeat of humanity, a testament to our enduring spirit and the stories we carry within us. In the heart of ancient Mesoamerica, where the dense jungles intertwine with the whispers of ancient gods, a powerful civilization thrived. The Olmec. Known as the mother culture of later Mesoamerican societies, the Olmec left behind a legacy filled with enigmatic artistry, colossal stone heads, and a deep connection to the supernatural. At the center of their beliefs lay a captivating figure, the jaguar, a creature revered not only for its physical prowess but also for its spiritual significance as a bridge between the earthly realm and the divine. Imagine, if you will, a time over 3,000 years ago where the sun rises over the sprawling landscapes of what is now southern Mexico. The morning mist clings to the earth, and the sounds of nature create a symphony that resonates through the trees. This is the world of the Olmec, where every rustle of leaves and every call of the wild was imbued with meaning. Here the jaguar roams, a magnificent beast that commands both fear and respect. Its sleek, spotted coat glimmers in the dappled sunlight, and its piercing gaze seems to hold the wisdom of the ages. The jaguar was more than just an apex predator. It was a symbol of power, strength, and mystery. To the Olmec, it represented the forces of nature, a guardian of the underworld, and a deity that could traverse the boundaries between life and death. They believed that the jaguar could communicate with the gods, serving as a conduit for divine messages. It was not uncommon for Olmec shamans to don jaguar skins during rituals, embodying the ferocity and grace of this revered animal. As we delve deeper into the Olmec world, we discover the jaguar's role in their mythology, where it stands alongside other powerful deities. The Olmec pantheon was rich and complex, filled with gods who governed the elements, fertility, and the afterlife. Yet none held the same reverence as the jaguar. The Olmec created intricate sculptures and carvings of jaguars, often depicted in dynamic poses, signifying their importance in both daily life and the spiritual realm. These artifacts were not mere decorations. They were imbued with sacred energy, used in ceremonies to invoke the jaguar's strength and protection. The Olmec civilization flourished in a time of cultural exchange where trade routes connected distant peoples. As they interacted with neighboring cultures, their beliefs about the jaguar spread, influencing the mythologies of later societies like the Maya and Aztec. The jaguar transcended its role as a mere animal. It became a symbol of the elite, a creature associated with kings and warriors. The Aztec elite, for example, often wore jaguar pelts as a testament to their power and status, a direct lineage from the veneration established by the Olmec. It is within the Olmec ceremonial centers, such as La Venta and San Lorenzo, that we find striking evidence of the jaguar cult. Imagine standing amidst the towering stone heads, their expressions frozen in time, gazing down upon you with an intensity that feels almost alive. Here, jaguar motifs are prevalent, often intertwined with human figures, suggesting a deep connection between the two. The Olmec believed that the jaguar possessed the ability to traverse the spiritual and physical realms, a belief that led to the creation of elaborate rituals aimed at harnessing its power. In these rituals, shamans would enter altered states of consciousness, often through the use of hallucinogenic plants, seeking communion with the jaguar spirit. They believed that by transforming into a jaguar, they could access hidden knowledge and gain insight into the future. The act of becoming the jaguar was not merely symbolic. It was a profound journey into the depths of the soul, a dance with the divine. The jaguar was not just a protector but also a teacher, guiding the Olmec through the mysteries of life and death. As we explore the Olmec's relationship with the jaguar, we also uncover the darker aspects of their beliefs. The jaguar was not only a force of creation but also of destruction. It embodied the duality of nature, both protector and predator, life-giver and death-bringer. Sacrificial practices were part of Olmec rituals, aimed at appeasing the jaguar gods. These offerings, often involving both animals and humans, were seen as necessary to maintain the balance between the earthly and the divine. The jaguar's ferocity was mirrored in the Olmec's own struggles for survival in a world fraught with challenges. The jaguar cult was deeply woven into the fabric of Olmec society. It influenced not only their spiritual practices, but also their art, architecture, and social structure. Temples and altars were built in honor of the jaguar, adorned with intricate carvings that depicted its majesty. These structures served as gathering places for rituals and celebrations, reinforcing the community's bond to their jaguar gods. Imagining life in an Olmec village, one can picture festivals dedicated to the jaguar, filled with music, dance, and offerings. The air would be thick with the scent of incense and the sounds of drums echoing through the jungle. The community would come together dressed in elaborate costumes, some adorned with jaguar motifs, celebrating their connection to this powerful creature. The jaguar was a symbol of unity, a reminder that their strength lay in their shared beliefs and the sacred bond they had with the natural world. As time marched on, the Olmec civilization began to decline, its cities abandoned, and its people dispersed. Yet, the jaguar's legacy lived on, echoing through the ages and influencing generations to come. The Maya and Aztec, inheritors of the Olmec's rich cultural tapestry, continued to venerate the jaguar, further embedding it into their own mythologies and rituals. The jaguar evolved into a symbol of authority and strength, its image forever etched in the annals of Mesoamerican history. Today, as we stand in awe of the remnants of the Olmec civilization, we can still feel the jaguar's presence. The lush jungles of Mexico, where this magnificent creature roams, whisper the stories of the past, inviting us to remember the gods of the Olmec world. The jaguar cult, with its intricate tapestry of beliefs, rituals, and artistry, serves as a testament to humanity's enduring quest for connection with the divine. As we reflect on the significance of the jaguar in Olmec society, we are reminded of our own relationship with the natural world. The jaguar is not just a relic of the past, it is a symbol of the raw power of nature, a reminder of our responsibility to protect the fragile ecosystems that sustain us. In the eyes of the Olmec, the jaguar was a god, a guardian, and a guide, a role it continues to play in our collective consciousness today. In the end, the jaguar cult represents more than just a religious belief. It is a profound connection to the land and its mysteries. It invites us to explore the depths of our own spirituality and to understand the delicate balance between humanity and nature. As we journey through the remnants of the Olmec world, let us honor the jaguar and the legacy it has left behind. A legacy that continues to inspire and captivate those who seek to understand the ancient rhythms of life. In the heart of ancient Mesoamerica, where the dense jungles intertwine with the whispers of the past, there lies a civilization that has captivated historians and archaeologists alike, the Olmecs. Known as the mother culture of the region, the Olmecs laid the foundations for many subsequent civilizations that followed. Yet, amidst their monumental achievements in art, architecture, and trade, one aspect stands out as both profoundly enigmatic and deeply haunting: their rituals of sacrifice. As we embark on this journey through the verdant landscapes of Olmec territory, we find ourselves enveloped in the rich tapestry of their beliefs and practices. Imagine standing before colossal stone heads carved with intricate detail, each face a testament to the power and ingenuity of the Olmec people. These heads, monumental in their size and presence, are not merely artistic expressions. They embody the very essence of Olmec spirituality and the complex relationship they held with the divine. The Olmecs believed that the world was a living entity, imbued with spirits that demanded respect and reverence. They perceived themselves as custodians of this sacred balance, tasked with ensuring harmony between the natural and supernatural realms. In this context, sacrifice emerged as a vital ritual, a means of appeasing the gods and securing their favor. But what does sacrifice represent in the Olmec worldview? It is not merely an act of offering. It is an intricate dance between life and death, creation and destruction, an acknowledgement that all existence is intertwined. The Olmecs practiced various forms of sacrifice, from the offering of food and goods to the more profound and disturbing act of human sacrifice. This chilling aspect of their culture raises many questions. Who were the individuals chosen for this ultimate offering? What beliefs underpinned such harrowing acts? To understand this, we must delve deeper into the Olmec worldview, where the boundaries between life and death were fluid, where the sacred and the mundane coalesced. Among the Olmecs, the concept of duality was paramount. They recognized a world divided into opposing forces, light and dark, life and death, the terrestrial and the celestial. This duality permeated their understanding of existence and dictated their rituals. Human sacrifice in this context was not seen as a brutal act of violence, but rather as a necessary offering to maintain the cosmic balance. The Olmecs believed that in giving life, they could ensure the continuation of life itself. The blood shed was seen as a potent force, a life-giving essence that nourished the earth and appeased the gods. To the Olmecs, the act of sacrifice was a sacred duty, performed with reverence and intention. It often took place during significant ceremonies, marking moments of transition, be it the changing of seasons, the birth of a ruler, or the dedication of a new temple. These rituals were not mere spectacles, but profound expressions of community and spirituality. The participants, adorned in ceremonial garb, would chant, dance, and invoke the presence of the deities, creating an atmosphere thick with anticipation and reverence. As we explore the archaeological evidence left behind, we find ourselves drawn to the sites that once buzzed with the energy of these sacred gatherings. The offerings laid upon altars, the remnants of feasts shared in honor of the gods, and the skeletal remains of those who were sacrificed, all speak to a culture that understood the weight of their actions. In the Olmec mind, every life taken was a step toward preserving the delicate equilibrium of the universe. But who were these individuals chosen for sacrifice? The answer is as complex as the Olmec culture itself. Some were likely prisoners of war, captured during conflicts with rival groups. Others may have been individuals chosen for their perceived spiritual significance, perhaps shamans or leaders believed to possess a connection to the divine. In some cases, it is thought that individuals volunteered for this ultimate honor, believing that their sacrifice would elevate their status in the afterlife and bring prosperity to their community. The Olmec practice of ritual sacrifice, while unsettling to our modern sensibilities, was rooted in a worldview that sought to bridge the gap between humanity and the divine. It was an acknowledgement of the interconnectedness of all beings, a recognition that the cycle of life often demands the relinquishing of life itself. In this intricate dance of sacrifice, the Olmecs sought to ensure the continuation of their culture and the favor of their gods. As we peer into the shadows of history, we also uncover the artistry that surrounded these rituals. The Olmecs were master artisans, creating exquisite jade figurines, intricately carved masks, and monumental stone sculptures that echoed their beliefs. Each piece tells a story, a fragment of their spiritual journey. Jade, in particular, held a sacred significance, its vibrant green hues representing fertility, life, and the earth itself. It was often used in burial rites and sacrifices, believed to facilitate the passage of the soul into the afterlife. Among these artistic expressions, we find depictions of deities, animals, and mythological scenes that illuminate the Olmec understanding of the cosmos. The jaguar, a powerful symbol of strength and the underworld, frequently appears in their art, embodying the duality of life and death. In Olmec mythology, the jaguar is both a hunter and a creature of the night. representing the cycle of life that encompasses both creation and destruction. As we reflect on the significance of sacrifice in Olmec culture, we are reminded of the deep reverence they held for the forces that governed their world. The rituals conducted in the shadow of towering stone monuments were not acts of cruelty, but expressions of devotion and a desire to coexist harmoniously with the unseen. The blood shed was a testament to their commitment to the cosmos, a bold declaration that life, in all its complexity, is both a gift and a responsibility. In contemplating the legacy of the Olmecs, we recognize that their practices of sacrifice reveal a profound understanding of the human experience. It is a reminder that every culture grapples with the mysteries of existence, seeking to find meaning within the cycles of life and death. The Olmecs, with their intricate rituals and unwavering beliefs, remind us of the delicate balance that sustains us all, a balance that even today resonates through the rhythms of nature and the whispers of the past. As we complete our journey through the world of the Olmecs, we are left with a sense of awe and respect for a civilization that dared to confront the deepest questions of existence. In their blood and ritual, they forged a connection to the divine, one that echoes through the ages. The Olmecs remind us that sacrifice in its many forms is a part of the human experience, an exploration of faith, community, and the eternal quest for understanding the mysteries of life. Through their legacy, we are invited to reflect on our own beliefs, our own rituals, and the sacrifices we make in the name of love, community, and the pursuit of meaning. In the cradle of civilization, beneath the vast expanse of the sky where the sun rises and sets, ancient peoples began to weave a tapestry of life unlike any the world had ever known. This was a time when humanity took its first tentative steps toward understanding the cosmos, the cycles of the moon, and the rhythm of the seasons. It was a time when the calendar emerged not merely as a tool to mark days, but as a profound reflection of the human experience. Welcome, dear listeners, to a journey into the calendar and writing, early signs of civilization. Imagine for a moment a bustling settlement along the banks of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. The air is thick with the scent of wet earth, and the sound of water lapping against the shore harmonizes with the laughter of children playing nearby. Here, in this rich and fertile land, the dawn of agriculture has transformed the lives of countless families. No longer do they wander as nomads chasing after herds of game. Instead, they have planted their roots, cultivating grains and vegetables, allowing for the first inklings of settled life. But with this newfound stability comes a pressing need, the need to keep track of time. Seasons dictate when to sow and when to reap. The sun's journey across the sky marks the days, while the moon, with its enchanting phases, guides the rhythms of life. Thus, the first calendars began to emerge. These early calendars were not like the ones we know today, neatly divided into months and years. They were simple, intuitive systems that reflected the natural world around them. As the peoples of Mesopotamia observed the waxing and waning of the moon, they developed a lunar calendar, counting the days from one new moon to the next. Each cycle was a reminder of the passage of time, an anchor in the ever-flowing river of existence. They began to etch these observations onto clay tablets, a revolutionary step in the march of human progress. With each stroke, they captured the essence of their lives, the vital connection between the celestial and the terrestrial. Imagine those early scribes, hunched over their tablets, their fingers caked with the fine dust of clay. They worked diligently, recording not only the phases of the moon, but also the changing seasons, the migrations of animals, and the ripening of crops. These records were more than mere observations. They were a testament to humanity's awakening intellect. Each inscription was a bridge between the past and the future, a way to communicate knowledge across generations. As these ancient societies flourished, their need for more complex records grew. They began to document not only the cycles of nature, but also the very fabric of their lives. Trade transactions, historical events, and even the laws that governed them. With each new symbol, the art of writing blossomed. The cuneiform script of the Sumerians, with its wedge-shaped marks, became one of the first forms of written language. It was a revolution, transforming thoughts and ideas into tangible forms that could be preserved and shared. With the invention of writing, the calendar took on new significance. No longer was it just a tool for agriculture. It became a record of human achievement, a chronicle of civilization itself. Kings and priests used the calendar to regulate religious festivals, ensuring that the community honored their deities in harmony with the cycles of nature. Each festival, meticulously marked on the calendar, was a celebration of life's mysteries, a time to give thanks and to seek blessings for the coming season. Across the regions of the ancient world, the calendar evolved, reflecting local customs and beliefs. The Egyptians, for instance, harnessed the cycles of the Nile, creating a solar calendar that divided the year into 365 days. Their calendar was not merely a reflection of the sun's journey, but also a guide for the flooding of the Nile, a phenomenon that brought life to their arid lands. The annual flooding was a miracle that sustained agriculture, and thus it was intricately woven into their beliefs, celebrated as the gift of the gods. As we traverse the lands of the ancient world, we find that writing and calendars were not just tools for survival. They were instruments of power. Those who could read and write held sway over the vast majority who could not. Knowledge was a precious commodity, and with it came authority. As city-states grew into empires, the ability to record laws and decrees became paramount. The Babylonians, with their sophisticated system of writing, were able to codify laws, creating a sense of order in an increasingly complex society. In this way, the calendar and writing became intertwined with the very essence of governance. They established a framework for society, a means of organizing time and events, and ensuring that the collective memory of a people was preserved. The Code of Hammurabi, one of the earliest legal documents, was inscribed on stone tablets, a testament to the power of writing to codify justice and maintain social order. But our tale does not end here. The influence of calendars and writing stretched far beyond the borders of Mesopotamia and Egypt. As trade routes flourished, so too did the exchange of ideas. The Greeks and Romans would later adopt and adapt these early systems, melding them with their own cultural practices. The Julian calendar, introduced by Julius Caesar, sought to further refine the organization of time, establishing a more accurate system that would endure for centuries. As we journey through time, we see that the calendar and writing were not static. They evolved and adapted, reflecting the ever-changing tapestry of human civilization. They became tools of connection, linking peoples across vast distances, allowing for the sharing of stories, knowledge, and culture. From the ancient clay tablets of Mesopotamia to the illuminated manuscripts of the Middle Ages, the written word became a vessel for ideas, preserving the legacy of civilizations long past. In the modern world, calendars and writing remain as vital as they were in those early days. They are the threads that connect us to our ancestors, to the rhythms of nature, and to one another. As we flip through the pages of our calendars, marking significant dates and events, we are reminded of the journey we have taken. A journey that began in the shadows of prehistory, where the first scribes carved their thoughts into clay. In closing, the story of the calendar and writing is a testament to the power of human ingenuity and the desire to make sense of our world. They are the early signs of civilization, illuminating the path we have traveled and guiding us toward the future. As we reflect on this legacy, let us honor those who came before us, those who gazed at the stars and charted the passage of time, laying the foundations for the intricate societies we inhabit today. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time, where the echoes of the past continue to resonate in our lives today. In the heart of ancient Mesoamerica, where lush jungles entwined with towering mountains, a vibrant tapestry of trade routes wove through civilizations that thrived long before the arrival of the Europeans. Here, in this forgotten world, two precious stones, obsidian and jade, became the lifeblood of commerce, the currency of power, and the threads that connected distant peoples across vast landscapes. Imagine standing amidst the bustling streets of Teotihuacan, the city of the gods. Its grand pyramids rise majestically against the sky, their stone faces whispering tales of a time when this urban marvel was the largest city in the Americas. Merchants and traders, clad in colorful textiles, navigate the lively marketplaces, their hands filled with shimmering artifacts. Obsidian gleams like midnight, catching the light as it is shaped into tools, weapons, and intricate ornaments. The air is thick with the scent of spices and the sound of haggling voices, a symphony of commerce that reverberates through the ancient streets. Obsidian, born from volcanic fire, is not just a stone, it is a symbol of life and death, of creation and destruction. For the people of Mesoamerica, it was a versatile material, used to craft everything from razor-sharp blades to mesmerizing jewelry. But beyond its practical uses, obsidian held a deeper significance, often associated with the gods and the spiritual realm. It was believed to have protective qualities, a bridge between the earthly and the divine. As traders exchanged their goods, they also exchanged stories, beliefs, and traditions, creating a rich cultural tapestry that transcended borders. As we venture further into this world, let's journey to the lush landscapes of the Maya civilization. Here, the dense jungles conceal ancient cities, each a testament to the ingenuity and artistry of its people. The Maya revered jade, a stone that spoke of life, fertility, and the afterlife. Unlike the volcanic obsidian, jade was a gift from the earth, a treasure that shimmered in shades of green and blue. Its smooth texture and vibrant colors made it a coveted material for crafting ceremonial masks, jewelry, and other sacred objects. In the bustling city of Tikal, a center of trade and culture, artisans skillfully carved jade into intricate designs, each piece a reflection of the wearer's status and connection to the divine. This green gem was considered more valuable than gold, a symbol of power and prestige. The trade of jade connected the Maya not only to one another, but also to the distant lands of Central America and beyond. The search for jade took them deep into the mountains of Guatemala, where the stone was quarried, and its journey began, ever onward, through rivers and valleys, across trade routes that crisscrossed the landscape. But the world of trade was not just about the exchange of goods. It was about the people who traveled these routes. Picture the weary yet determined faces of traders, journeying for days on end, their backs laden with precious cargo. They ventured through treacherous terrains, navigating dense forests and rocky mountains, fueled by the promise of wealth and the hope of forging connections. These traders became storytellers, bringing tales of distant lands, new ideas and cultures back to their homes. They were the lifeblood of the civilizations, the conduits through which knowledge flowed. As we traverse these ancient trade routes, we can almost hear the echoes of laughter and the clinking of jade. Picture a vibrant marketplace in Copan, where the air buzzes with excitement. Merchants display their wares, each booth a kaleidoscope of color, obsidian tools glimmering in the sun, jade ornaments reflecting the light. Here, people from different backgrounds mingle, exchanging not just goods but stories, dreams, and aspirations. It is a melting pot of cultures where the boundaries of language and tradition blur and a shared humanity blossoms. Through these interactions, the seeds of innovation were sown. The Maya and their neighbors shared agricultural techniques, artistic styles, and religious beliefs. A simple trade of obsidian for jade could spark a revolution in thought, igniting creativity and collaboration. It was this spirit of connection that allowed civilizations to flourish, their legacies intertwined like the roots of the trees that shaded their lands. Yet, as with all great stories, there were challenges. The trade routes were fraught with dangers, bandits lurking in the shadows, rivalries between city-states, and the ever-changing whims of nature. A storm could wash away a crucial path, and a drought could dry up the rivers that nourished the lands. Still, the allure of trade, the desire for connection, propelled these ancient peoples forward. The journey was perilous, but the rewards were boundless. As we continue our exploration, we find ourselves in the sacred city of Monte Alban, perched high above the valleys of Oaxaca. Here, the Zapotec people thrived, their society deeply influenced by the trade of jade and obsidian. In the grand plazas, priests and rulers adorned themselves with jade amulets, their power amplified by the beauty of the stone. The trade routes that converged here brought not only goods, but also ideas, philosophies, and art. The Zapotecs engaged in vibrant exchanges with the Mixtecs and other neighboring cultures, each interaction enriching their own heritage. Amidst this backdrop of commerce and culture, we must pause to reflect on the profound impact of these connections. The obsidian and jade that flowed through the veins of these civilizations were more than mere commodities. They were vessels of identity, memory, and legacy. Each piece carried with it the stories of the people who crafted and traded it, a testament to their hopes, struggles, and triumphs. As we approach the end of our journey, we return to the marketplaces of Teotihuacan, where the sun sets behind the Great Pyramids. The vibrant colors of the day begin to fade, but the spirit of trade remains alive in the hearts of the people. They gather, exchanging not only goods, but the very essence of their cultures, songs, laughter, and dreams. The legacy of obsidian and jade lives on, a reminder that even in the ancient world, connection was the true treasure. In the grand tapestry of history, the trade routes of Mesoamerica remind us of the power of human connection. They teach us that, regardless of distance or difference, we are all woven together by shared stories and shared aspirations. In every shard of obsidian and every polished piece of jade, there lies a story waiting to be told, a story of trade, of connection, and of the enduring spirit of humanity. In the heart of Mesoamerica, where lush jungles meet the skies, two ancient civilizations emerged, each weaving a tapestry of culture, art, and spirituality that would echo through the ages. They are the Olmecs, often hailed as the mother culture of Mesoamerica, and the Maya, who would carry the torch of civilization with their intricate knowledge of astronomy, mathematics, and architecture. Join me as we embark on a journey through time, exploring the legacy of the Olmecs and the Maya and how their monumental achievements continue to resonate in our world today. Our story begins over 3,000 years ago, in the lowlands of present-day Mexico, where the Olmecs first flourished. They inhabited a region that would become a cradle of civilization, characterized by its fertile soil and abundant resources. The Olmecs were masterful artisans, renowned for their colossal stone heads that towered over their settlements. These faces, carved from basalt, are believed to represent their rulers or deities, gazing out from the earth with an enigmatic expression that has captured the imagination of all who encounter them. As we delve deeper into the Olmec world, we find ourselves surrounded by a rich tapestry of rituals and beliefs. The Olmecs practiced a polytheistic religion, worshipping gods related to nature, such as the jaguar, a powerful symbol of strength and fertility. Their shamans, revered figures within society, acted as intermediaries between the spiritual and the earthly realms, guiding the people through sacred ceremonies that connected them to the cosmos. The Olmec worldview was deeply entwined with the cycles of the earth, the stars and the seasons, laying the groundwork for the complex cosmologies that would later flourish in Mesoamerican cultures. But the Olmecs were not just creators of magnificent statues and intricate ceremonial sites, they were also pioneers of writing and calendar systems. Although the remnants of their writing are scarce, scholars speculate that they may have developed one of the earliest forms of writing in the Americas, a precursor to the sophisticated scripts of their successors. Their calendar, infused with a profound understanding of celestial movements, would influence generations to come, including the Maya, whose astronomical prowess would reach unparalleled heights. As we shift our focus from the Olmecs to the Maya, we step into a world that thrived between 250 and 900 AD, known as the Classic Period. The Maya inherited and expanded upon the foundations laid by the Olmecs, transforming Mesoamerica into a vibrant cultural mosaic. They established city-states that dotted the landscape, each a unique hub of activity, trade, and innovation. Tikal, Calakmul, Palenque, and Copan. These names resonate with echoes of a civilization that reached extraordinary heights in art, science, and governance. The Maya were master builders, erecting grand pyramids and temples that soared into the heavens, their architecture a testament to their advanced understanding of engineering and aesthetics. The Temple of the Inscriptions at Palenque, with its intricate carvings and hieroglyphic inscriptions, tells the story of kings and gods, weaving a narrative that connects the past with the present. The Maya believed in the cyclical nature of time, viewing their history as a series of cycles that repeated, each with its own significance and meaning. Among the many achievements of the Maya, their understanding of celestial phenomena stands out. They meticulously observed the movements of the sun, moon, and planets, crafting a calendar system that was astonishingly precise. This calendar, known as the Tzolkin and the Harb, was not merely a tool for tracking time. It was a reflection of their spiritual beliefs guiding agricultural practices and ceremonial events. The Maya understood the importance of aligning their lives with the cosmos, believing that the heavens influenced their fate on Earth. Yet the legacy of the Maya extends beyond their scientific accomplishments. Their art, rich with symbolism and emotional depth, tells stories that transcend time. The vibrant murals of Bonampak, depicting scenes of ritual and warfare, invite us into the lives of individuals who lived centuries ago. The intricacy of Maya pottery, adorned with elaborate designs and scenes of daily life, speaks to a culture that valued creativity and expression. Through their art, the Maya conveyed their beliefs, aspirations, and connectedness to the world around them. As we explore the decline of these remarkable civilizations, we encounter the mysteries that surround their eventual fall. The Olmecs, who flourished for centuries, mysteriously faded into the shadows of history around 400 BCE. The reasons for their decline are still debated by scholars. Some suggest environmental changes, while others point to internal strife or shifts in trade routes. The Olmec legacy, however, would endure, influencing generations of cultures that followed. The Maya, in contrast, experienced a more complex trajectory. Their civilization reached its zenith during the Classic Period, only to witness a gradual decline in the southern lowlands by the 9th century. Environmental factors, such as drought and deforestation, compounded by warfare and social upheaval, contributed to their disintegration. Yet, even as great cities fell into ruin, the Maya people persisted, adapting and migrating, carrying their knowledge and traditions into new eras. Today, descendants of the Maya still inhabit the region. Their languages and customs a living testament to a resilient culture that has withstood the test of time. In our modern world, the legacies of the Olmecs and the Maya continue to inspire and intrigue. Archaeological discoveries, such as the unearthing of ancient sites and inscriptions, reveal glimpses into their lives, while contemporary Maya artists and scholars breathe new life into ancient traditions. Festivals celebrating ancient rituals, such as the Day of the Dead, honor the spirits of ancestors, intertwining past and present in a vibrant tapestry of remembrance. As we conclude our journey through the realms of the Olmecs and the Maya, we are left with a profound appreciation for the enduring impact of these ancient civilizations. Their achievements in art, science, and spirituality have not only shaped the history of Mesoamerica, but have also enriched our understanding of human creativity and resilience. In their monumental stone heads and soaring temples, in their intricate calendars and vivid murals, we find a connection that transcends the boundaries of time and space. So, let us carry forward the legacy of the Olmecs and the Maya, celebrating their contributions to human civilization. As we look to the stars and contemplate our place in the universe, we honor those who came before us, whose stories echo through the ages, whispering the wisdom of the past into our present. In the shadows of their monumental achievements, we find inspiration for the future, a reminder that the threads of history are woven together, binding us all in the rich tapestry of human experience. In the heart of ancient Mesoamerica, where the lush landscapes cradle the whispers of ancient gods and forgotten civilizations, two cultures emerged that would forever shape the course of history: the Olmecs and the creators of Teotihuacan. Their stories are woven into the very fabric of the land, echoing through time, leaving behind a legacy of influence that transcends their own eras. Today, we embark on a journey to unravel the mysteries of these two remarkable civilizations, each a beacon of innovation and artistry, each a testament to the enduring human spirit. Let us begin our journey in the lowland jungles of the Gulf Coast, where the Olmecs first took root around 1200 BCE. Known as the mother culture of Mesoamerica, the Olmecs were pioneers in many ways, laying the groundwork for the civilizations that would follow. They were not merely farmers or builders, they were visionaries who gazed at the stars, crafted colossal heads from basalt, and carved intricate jade figurines that would speak to the world long after they had vanished. Imagine walking through their cities, where the air is thick with the scent of rich earth and the sounds of the jungle weave a symphony of life. As you stroll past the colossal heads, each carved with distinct features, some with broad noses, others with fierce expressions, you can almost feel the weight of history pressing down. These monumental creations were not merely artistic expressions, they symbolized power, identity, and perhaps even the divine. The Olmecs believed in a complex pantheon of gods, and these faces, gazing out into eternity, may have represented their rulers or deities, bridging the gap between the earthly and the celestial. Yet, the Olmecs were not merely defined by their art, they were also masters of innovation. They developed one of the earliest known writing systems in Mesoamerica, a precursor to the hieroglyphs that would later flourish in the region. Their influence extended beyond their own borders, as their trading networks spanned vast distances, connecting them with neighboring cultures. Through trade, they exchanged not only goods, but ideas, giving rise to a cultural tapestry that would inspire generations. As the Olmec civilization began to wane around 400 BCE, the echoes of their influence did not fade into silence. Rather, they reverberated through time, finding a new home in the highlands of central Mexico. Here, in the shadow of the majestic mountains, a new civilization was rising: Teotihuacan, a city that would become one of the largest and most influential urban centers in the ancient world. Stepping into Teotihuacan is like entering a realm of dreams, where the echoes of the past resonate through grand avenues and majestic pyramids. The city, which flourished between 100 CE and 650 CE, was a bustling hub of commerce, culture, and spirituality. As you wander through its streets, you can't help but marvel at the architectural wonders that stand as a testament to the ingenuity of its inhabitants. At the heart of Teotihuacan lies the Pyramid of the Sun, a colossal structure that rises majestically against the azure sky. This pyramid, one of the largest in the world, is not merely a monument of stone. It is a symbol of the city's cosmopolitan nature. Imagine the thousands of people who once gathered here, their voices mingling in a chorus of reverence as they celebrated the cycles of life and death, the changing seasons, and the celestial dance of the stars. The city was meticulously planned, with wide avenues leading to significant structures, each serving a purpose that transcended the mundane. The Avenue of the Dead, with its grand scale, was more than just a thoroughfare. It was a ceremonial pathway, guiding the inhabitants to the most sacred sites. Alongside the Pyramid of the Sun stood the Pyramid of the Moon, a powerful counterpart that mirrored the sun's glory. Together, they represented the duality of existence, the balance between light and shadow, life and death. As we delve deeper into Teotihuacan, we encounter the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, adorned with intricate carvings that depict the enigmatic figure of Quetzalcoatl. This deity, a symbol of renewal and creation, echoed the Olmecs' own spiritual beliefs, demonstrating the continuity of thought and reverence for the divine. The temple's vibrant murals tell stories of gods and heroes, of rituals and ceremonies that brought the community together in a shared sense of purpose and identity. But what truly sets Teotihuacan apart is its embrace of diversity. As a melting pot of cultures, it attracted people from across Mesoamerica. Here, different traditions, languages, and customs converged, creating a unique cultural mosaic. The artisans of Teotihuacan were skilled in various crafts, from pottery to textiles, producing goods that were highly sought after in distant lands. The city's influence extended far beyond its borders. It became a model for urban planning and governance, inspiring the rise of later civilizations, including the Toltecs and the Aztecs. Yet, as we explore the heights of achievement in Teotihuacan, we must also confront the shadows of its decline. By the 7th century, signs of unrest began to manifest. The once thriving city, its streets filled with the laughter of children and the bustling of merchants, began to feel the weight of change. The reasons for this decline remain shrouded in mystery. A combination of internal strife, resource depletion, and perhaps even the shifting allegiances of the surrounding tribes. As the great city fell into decline, the Olmec legacy endured, echoing through the ages. The symbols and ideas that originated with the Olmecs found new expressions in Teotihuacan, a testament to the resilience of cultural memory. Even as the stones crumbled and the temples fell silent, the essence of these civilizations lived on in the hearts and minds of those who came after. Today, as we stand before the remnants of these ancient wonders, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of human experience. The Olmecs and Teotihuacan, though separated by time and space, shared a common thread: a thirst for knowledge, a reverence for the divine, and an unyielding desire to leave their mark on the world. Their stories remind us that civilizations, like rivers, may change course, but their echoes continue to shape the landscape of our collective memory. As we conclude our journey through the echoes of influence left by the Olmecs and Teotihuacan, we are left with a profound sense of gratitude for the lessons they impart. Their legacy teaches us about the power of connection, the importance of cultural exchange, and the enduring nature of creativity. In a world that often seems divided, we can look to their stories as a reminder that, at our core, we are all part of a greater narrative, a tapestry woven from the threads of our shared humanity. In the heart of our vast and intricately woven world, there lies an ancient tale, one that beckons us to explore the very roots of humanity. Welcome to our documentary journey through Chapter 23, The African Hypothesis, Controversial Theories of Origin. Today, we unravel the threads of history and science, weaving together narratives that challenge our understanding of who we are and where we come from. Imagine a time over 200,000 years ago when our ancestors roamed the sun-drenched plains of Africa. Picture them as they navigated the complexities of survival, their lives entwined with the rhythms of nature. It is from this cradle of humankind that the African hypothesis emerges, proposing that Africa is not just the birthplace of our species, but the very heart of our shared identity. As we delve into this hypothesis, we find ourselves surrounded by the echoes of ancient civilizations, each whispering secrets of our shared lineage. The African hypothesis suggests that modern humans, Homo sapiens, first emerged in Africa before embarking on a monumental journey across the globe. This migration would shape the destinies of countless peoples and cultures as they spread into Europe, Asia, and beyond. But why is this theory so controversial? Why does it ignite heated debates among scholars, anthropologists, and historians alike? The answer lies in the very fabric of our understanding of human evolution. For decades, theories have evolved and transformed, each vying for acceptance amid the shifting tides of discovery and interpretation. At the heart of this debate are two compelling narratives: the African hypothesis and its rival, the multi-regional hypothesis. The latter posits that modern humans evolved simultaneously in various regions across the globe, suggesting a more fragmented and complex path of development. Proponents of this theory argue that regional variations in physical traits and cultural practices indicate independent evolution. Yet, the African hypothesis stands firm, fortified by a wealth of archaeological and genetic evidence that links us all to a singular origin. As we journey through the annals of time, we find ourselves in the midst of groundbreaking discoveries that lend credence to the African hypothesis. The fossilized remains of our ancestors, uncovered in the Great Rift Valley of East Africa, reveal a remarkable story of resilience and adaptation. Each skull, each bone, tells us of a people who faced the challenges of their environment with ingenuity and determination. Among these discoveries, the famed Omo remains, dating back to approximately 195,000 years ago, offer a tantalizing glimpse into our past. These ancient bones, found in Ethiopia, bear witness to the dawn of modern humanity. They symbolize a time when our ancestors began to exhibit features strikingly similar to our own: a rounded skull, a prominent forehead, and a smaller jaw. They are not just relics, they are our kin, the echoes of a lineage that binds us all. As we traverse the landscapes of Africa, we also encounter the richness of its cultures, languages, and traditions. From the Maasai of Kenya to the San people of southern Africa, these communities carry within them the stories of their ancestors, a living testament to the enduring legacy of an ancient homeland. Their languages, steeped in the wisdom of generations, reflect a profound connection to the land and its history. Yet, the African hypothesis does not merely rest on the shoulders of fossils and bones. It is intricately linked to the groundbreaking field of genetics. The Human Genome Project, a monumental scientific endeavor, has mapped the blueprint of our very existence. Through the analysis of mitochondrial DNA, researchers have traced the lineage of modern humans back to a common ancestor, an African woman who lived tens of thousands of years ago. This genetic evidence strengthens the narrative of a singular origin, affirming the notion that we are all branches of the same ancestral tree. But as our story unfolds, we encounter challenges that test the resilience of the African hypothesis. Critics argue that the complexities of human evolution cannot be reduced to a single narrative. They point to the diverse adaptations of various human populations, suggesting that environmental factors, migrations, and interbreeding played pivotal roles in shaping who we are today. Indeed, the discovery of Denisovans and Neanderthals, our ancient cousins, complicates the narrative further. These hominins, once believed to be isolated, were found to have intermingled with modern humans, introducing new genetic material that enriches our tapestry of existence. In this swirling sea of perspectives, the question arises, what does it mean to be human? The African hypothesis invites us to reflect on our shared humanity, transcending boundaries of race, culture, and geography. It urges us to embrace the idea that, despite the myriad differences that define us, we are all interconnected, descendants of a singular lineage that emerged from the heart of Africa. As we approach the conclusion of our journey, we must confront the implications of the African hypothesis in our contemporary world. In an age marked by division, conflict, and misunderstanding, the story of our origins serves as a powerful reminder of our common ground. It challenges us to reconsider our perceptions of identity, to recognize that the threads of humanity are intricately woven together, regardless of the colors and patterns we may exhibit. Imagine a world where our shared ancestry fosters compassion and understanding, where the recognition of our origins leads to unity rather than division. The African hypothesis provides a framework for dialogue, a catalyst for conversations that bridge gaps and foster connections. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a call to honor our past as we navigate the complexities of the present. As we draw the curtain on our exploration of the African hypothesis, let us carry with us the echoes of our ancestors, their struggles, their triumphs, and their enduring legacy. Let us embrace the narrative that binds us all, reminding ourselves that we are not merely products of our environments, but inheritors of a profound and intricate history that spans the ages. In this vast and intricate world, where stories intertwine and histories converge, we are all part of a grand narrative that celebrates the beauty of our shared humanity. As we look to the future, let us do so with the knowledge that we are all connected, woven together by the very fabric of existence itself. And so, the journey continues, as we seek to understand not only where we come from, but also where we are going, united in the tapestry of life that is uniquely and beautifully human. In the heart of ancient Mesoamerica, where the lush jungles of Veracruz meet the Gulf Coast, lies a civilization shrouded in mystery and wonder. This is the story of the Olmec, a culture that flourished over 3,000 years ago, leaving behind colossal stone heads that have captivated the imaginations of scholars, skeptics, and curious minds alike. As we embark on this journey, let us first take a moment to marvel at these monumental creations, each weighing several tons, standing over 8 feet tall and carved with intricate detail. Their features, broad noses, heavy lips, and distinctive hats, have sparked a whirlwind of debate among historians and archaeologists. Who were the Olmec? What do these faces represent? And why do they continue to intrigue us centuries after their creation? The Olmec civilization is often heralded as the mother culture of Mesoamerica. Emerging around 1200 BCE, they were the first major civilization in the region, laying the groundwork for future cultures that would follow, including the Maya and Aztecs. Yet, despite their profound influence, much about the Olmec remains elusive. Their writing system, for example, is largely undeciphered, and their societal structure is a tapestry woven with unanswered questions. But it is the stone heads, those enigmatic faces, that have drawn the most attention. Discovered in the 19th century, the first of these colossal heads was unearthed in the vicinity of San Lorenzo, one of the Olmec's most important archaeological sites. As more heads were uncovered, each unique yet unmistakably Olmec, a narrative began to emerge, one that would ignite debates among scholars and skeptics for generations. Imagine wandering through the dense, humid jungles of southern Mexico. The air is thick with the sounds of nature, the rustling of leaves, the calls of exotic birds, and the distant echoes of history whispering through the trees. As you approach the clearing where the heads lie, a sense of awe washes over you. These ancient giants, some adorned with what appear to be helmets, seem to stare down from their pedestals, their expressions frozen in time. But as we stand before these colossal figures, questions swirl around us. What was their purpose? Were they created to honor rulers, gods, or perhaps ancestors? Some scholars argue that the heads are representations of Olmec rulers, their unique features serving as a form of political propaganda. This theory suggests that these powerful leaders commissioned the heads to assert their dominance and legacy. Yet, not everyone is convinced. Skeptics point to the diversity of features among the heads, suggesting that they might represent a broader spectrum of the Olmec society rather than individual rulers. They argue that the faces could symbolize a collective identity, a way for the Olmec to express their cultural heritage. This debate raises profound questions about identity and representation, questions that resonate even today. As we delve deeper into the Olmec world, we find ourselves captivated not just by the artistry of the heads, but by the stories they tell. Some of the most compelling discussions revolve around the potential influences that shaped Olmec art. Did they borrow ideas from neighboring cultures, or were they pioneers of their own distinctive style? The debate is heated. Scholars delve into ancient texts, archaeological findings, and comparisons with other Mesoamerican civilizations. Each new discovery adds another layer to the complex tapestry of Olmec identity. Among the most fascinating aspects of this exploration is the possibility that the Olmec were not just influenced by their contemporaries, but that they may have had connections far beyond their geographical borders. Some researchers have posited theories of transoceanic contact, suggesting that the Olmec might have engaged with cultures from as far away as Africa or Asia. This controversial idea has sparked fiery discussions, with some scholars passionately defending the notion of ancient global connections, while others vehemently reject the idea as mere speculation. As we journey through this landscape of debate, we come across another intriguing facet of the Olmec heads: their construction. The stone used to create these massive sculptures is basalt, a material that must have required significant resources and labor to extract and transport. How did the Olmec manage such feats of engineering without the wheel or advanced tools? The very act of creating these heads becomes a testament to their ingenuity, and yet it opens the door to further questions. Who were the artisans behind this monumental work? Archaeologists have discovered evidence of a highly organized society, with skilled laborers likely working in teams. Theories abound about the social structure that enabled such collaborative efforts. Some propose that the Olmec were led by a centralized authority, perhaps a powerful ruler or priestly class, while others suggest a more egalitarian system where artisans and laborers played a crucial role in decision-making. As we unravel these threads, we find ourselves drawn into the heart of Olmec spirituality and cosmology. What did these faces represent to the people of the time? In many Mesoamerican cultures, art was deeply intertwined with religion, and the Olmec were no exception. Some scholars suggest that the heads may have held ritual significance, embodying deities or ancestors who watched over the community. The act of creating these monumental sculptures could have been a form of worship, a way for the Olmec to connect with their beliefs and assert their place in the cosmos. Yet, with every theory comes skepticism. Critics argue that while the heads are undoubtedly significant, attributing specific meanings to them can be challenging, if not impossible. The ambiguity of their purpose is part of what makes the Olmec civilization so compelling. Each head remains a riddle, a silent witness to a past that continues to elude our understanding. As our exploration draws to a close, we find ourselves standing once more before these great stone faces. Their expressions remain unchanged, yet the dialogue surrounding them is vibrant and alive. The debates between scholars and skeptics enrich our understanding of the Olmec civilization, reminding us that history is not a static entity, but a dynamic conversation shaped by new discoveries and interpretations. In the end, the Olmec heads are not just relics of a bygone era. They are a mirror reflecting the complexities of human identity, culture, and belief. They invite us to ponder our own connections to the past and challenge us to continue seeking answers to questions that may never be fully resolved. As we leave the jungle and return to the modern world, the echoes of the Olmec civilization linger in our minds, a testament to the enduring power of art, history, and the human spirit. In the heart of Mesoamerica, where the dense jungles weave tales through the rustling leaves and the echoes of ancient civilizations linger in the air, lies a mystery that has captivated historians, archaeologists, and dreamers alike. This is the story of the Olmecs, a civilization that flourished long before the rise of the Aztecs and the Mayans, yet left behind no written records to tell their tale. Welcome to Lost Voices, no written records of the Olmecs. Imagine standing in a sun-drenched clearing, your senses enveloped by the vibrant sounds of nature. Birds chirp in the distance, and the scent of damp earth fills the air, mingling with the sweet aroma of exotic flowers. As you look around, you might notice the remnants of colossal stone heads, each one carved with intricate details that hint at a rich culture, yet speak volumes of a people whose voices remain lost to time. The Olmecs, known as the rubber people for their use of the sap from the rubber tree, emerged around 1200 BCE in what is now southern Mexico. They are often regarded as the mother culture of Mesoamerica, laying the foundations for the civilizations that would follow. Yet, unlike the Maya or the Aztecs, whose histories were meticulously recorded in codices and carved into stone, the Olmecs left behind only silent monuments, silent yet profoundly powerful. As we delve deeper into their world, we find ourselves wandering through the archaeological site of La Venta, one of the Olmecs' most significant ceremonial centers. Here, the earth rises and falls in gentle mounds, adorned with the remnants of temples and platforms where rituals once took place. Within this sacred space, the Olmecs crafted their legendary colossal heads, some standing over 10 feet tall and weighing several tons. Each head, carved from basalt, reflects the features of a leader or deity, their expressions frozen in time, gazing into eternity. But what stories would they tell if they could speak? To understand the Olmecs, we must first acknowledge the silence that envelops them. There is a stark absence of written texts, no scrolls or tablets, no inscriptions to guide us through their thoughts and beliefs. Instead, we rely on the art they left behind, the artifacts unearthed from the depths of the earth, and the echoes of their descendants who still inhabit the region. The Olmecs communicated through forms and symbols, their art a language that transcends the limitations of words. As we examine the intricate carvings on stone, we catch glimpses of a civilization deeply connected to the cosmos, to the earth, and to each other. The jaguar, a symbol of power and strength, prowls through their artistry, while images of shamans and deities suggest a rich spiritual life. In their sculptures, we see the reverence they held for the natural world, a world where the boundaries between man and nature blurred, and every tree, river, and mountain pulsed with life. But who were these Olmecs? What did they believe? Scholars have debated the origins of their culture for centuries, piecing together fragments of evidence, yet the full picture remains tantalizingly out of reach. Some suggest that they were the first to develop a complex society in Mesoamerica, engaging in trade networks that spanned vast distances, while others argue that they were a melting pot of earlier cultures, drawing from the traditions of their ancestors. As we wander through the lush jungles of their homeland, we encounter the descendants of the Olmecs, the modern-day peoples who carry their legacy. They share stories passed down through generations, tales of deities and spirits that echo the beliefs of their ancient ancestors. Though the Olmecs themselves may have left no written chronicles, their influence reverberates through the ages, a testament to their enduring spirit. In 1940, a remarkable discovery was made in the heart of Veracruz when archaeologist Matthew Stirling stumbled upon the site of San Lorenzo. What he uncovered was a treasure trove of Olmec artistry, a vibrant civilization frozen in time. Among the artifacts were exquisite jade figurines, ceremonial masks, and various tools that provided a glimpse into their daily lives. Yet even as the pieces fell into place, the silence of their history loomed large. Scholars have ventured to interpret the significance of the colossal heads, proposing theories that range from them representing rulers to deities. Each interpretation, while fascinating, only deepens the mystery. Why did they choose to create these massive sculptures? What messages were they attempting to convey? The answers remain elusive, hidden beneath the layers of earth and time. As we reflect on the Olmecs' lost voices, we are reminded of the power of storytelling. They may not have written their history in ink or carved it into stone, but their legacy lives on through the art they created and the communities that continue to honor their memory. Every stone carved, every ritual performed was a testament to their existence and a celebration of life itself. The echoes of the Olmec civilization can still be felt in the vibrant cultures that thrive in modern Mexico. The rituals, the myths, and the reverence for nature that shaped their worldview are mirrored in the practices of contemporary communities. The Olmecs may have left no written records, but their spirit resonates in the traditions that endure and the stories that continue to be told. As we draw our journey to a close, we stand once more among the colossal heads, gazing into their stoic faces. What wisdom do they hold? What tales do they long to share? In their silence, they compel us to listen not just to the stories of the past, but to the whispers of the present and the promises of the future. The Olmecs may have vanished into the annals of time, but their legacy is far from lost. In a world where history is often written and recorded, we find beauty in the unrecorded, the stories that are felt rather than told, the wisdom that is transmitted through generations without the need for words. The Olmecs, though voiceless in the written record, speak through their art, their descendants, and the landscapes they once inhabited. So, as we leave behind the remnants of this ancient civilization, let us carry with us not just the knowledge of their existence, but the understanding that every culture, every civilization, has its own story to tell. Some may be recorded in ink, while others remain etched in the silence of stone, waiting for those willing to listen. The Olmecs may be a chapter shrouded in mystery, but their lost voices echo in the hearts of those who seek to understand the richness of our shared human experience. In the lush heart of Mesoamerica, where the sun casts long shadows over ancient landscapes, the echoes of a once great civilization linger in the air. This is the story of the Olmec, the first known civilization in the Americas, a culture that flourished in the lowlands of present-day Mexico, leaving an indelible mark on history. Yet, like the fleeting whispers of the wind, their glory was not to last. Join me as we journey through the rise and fall of the Olmec, exploring the mystery behind their collapse, a tale woven with ambition, innovation, and ultimately tragedy. Imagine a world where colossal stone heads, some weighing over 20 tons, rise majestically from the earth. These monumental sculptures, crafted by the skilled hands of the Olmec, are not mere art. They are symbols of power, identity, and the very essence of a civilization that dared to dream big. The Olmec, flourishing from around 1200 BCE to 400 BCE, were pioneers of culture and society in Mesoamerica. They established complex city-states, notably San Lorenzo and La Venta, where vibrant trade routes crisscrossed the landscape, connecting them to distant lands and cultures. The Olmec were more than just builders. They were innovators. They developed one of the earliest known writing systems in the Americas and created the concept of the zero, an abstract idea that would come to shape mathematics and philosophy for centuries. Their intricate art, spiritual beliefs, and social structures laid the groundwork for future civilizations such as the Maya and the Aztecs. But beneath this veneer of prosperity, cracks were beginning to show. As we delve deeper into the world of the Olmec, we uncover a society driven by ambition. The rulers of the Olmec city-states wielded immense power, their authority rooted in both political and religious realms. They were seen as divine intermediaries, connecting their people to the gods. Rituals and ceremonies were central to Olmec life, infusing their existence with meaning and purpose. Yet with great power came great responsibility, and the burden of leadership weighed heavily on their shoulders. As the population grew, so did the demands placed on the land. The Olmec relied heavily on agriculture, cultivating crops like maize, beans, and squash. However, the lush environment that once sustained them began to show signs of strain. Deforestation, driven by the need for land and resources, led to soil degradation. The rivers that nourished their fields began to dwindle, and the once bountiful harvests started to falter. As famine loomed on the horizon, the spectre of discontent began to rise among the Olmec people. In the shadow of the mighty stone heads, whispers of dissent began to circulate. The very foundations of the Olmec civilization trembled as social hierarchies were challenged. The elite, once revered and untouchable, found themselves facing a growing tide of resentment. The common folk, those who toiled under the weight of their rulers' expectations, began to question the divine right of kings. As the gods were blamed for the failing crops, the once unified society began to fracture, its cohesion threatened by the spectre of rebellion. It is within this turbulent backdrop that we witness the Olmec's slow decline. The monumental city of San Lorenzo, once a thriving hub of culture and trade, began to lose its luster. Evidence suggests that the city was abandoned around 900 BCE, a ghostly echo of its former self. The grand plazas, once filled with the laughter of children and the bustle of traders, fell silent. La Venta, another Olmec stronghold, faced a similar fate, its ceremonial centers and elaborate tombs becoming relics of a bygone era. As we navigate through these ruins, we can almost hear the ancient voices of the Olmec people, filled with hope and despair. The collapse of their civilization was not a singular event. It was a slow unraveling, a series of crises that compounded over time. Environmental changes, social upheaval, and perhaps even external pressures from neighboring cultures contributed to their downfall. But the Olmec legacy did not end with their collapse. Their influence reverberated through the ages, echoing in the rise of subsequent civilizations. The Maya, inspired by Olmec innovations, adopted their artistic styles, religious practices, and even political structures. The Olmec's colossal heads became a symbol of power that transcended time, influencing the artistic expressions of those who followed. With the fall of the Olmec, we are reminded of the fragile nature of civilization. Like the mighty rivers that carved their paths through the landscape, cultures ebb and flow, shaping the world around them. The Olmec, despite their decline, left behind a legacy that continues to captivate and inspire. Their story is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience, a reminder that from the ashes of one civilization, another may rise. As we reflect on the journey of the Olmec, we are left with poignant lessons about our own existence. In a world where we often chase progress and prosperity, we must heed the warnings of the past. The Olmec civilization serves as a vivid reminder of the delicate balance between nature and society, of the responsibilities held by those in power, and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. In the end, the Olmec may have fallen, but their story is far from over. Their triumphs and tribulations resonate within the very fabric of Mesoamerican history, a narrative that continues to unfold. As we stand in the ruins of their once great cities, we honor their legacy, not just as a people who fell, but as pioneers who shaped the course of history. Their story is a chapter in the grand tapestry of human civilization, a rich thread woven into the collective memory of our world. And so, as the sun sets over the ancient landscapes of the Olmec, we are reminded that every ending holds the seeds of a new beginning. The echoes of the past linger in the air, inviting us to explore, to learn, and to remember that even in the face of collapse, the spirit of a civilization can endure, inspiring generations to come.